of a very, very, you know, long and drawn out
meta shifts and
and stuff like that. But Amada singing in chat with Prod.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see it.
Absolutely.
Gatekeepers are gonna have the first ban, of course.
Yeah,
Nomad?
I think. Yeah,
Nomad.
you called it perfectly. Nomad is going to be the one. It's going to feed their hyper aggression. I think that's going to be the bans we're going to see. Unless POGCHAMP ban it out, Mira will not be banned. I'm going to call that right now. I think POGCHAMP ban out. I think they either get rid of Ace or they get rid of Jackal.
Or Hibana.
I'm leaning more towards Jackal. Yeah, I was leaning more towards Ace Jackal. Kind of seeing how POGCHAMP was banned in the past. I was expecting one of the two. And again, if Mira is not banned here, then it's not going to be banned at all. I can call that right now. I think if they don't ban Mira, it's a Maestro ban and Gatekeepers take out VALKYRIE is what I call.
There's the VALKYRIE.
Oh, they're going to take out VALKYRIE, so that actually leaves it up to Gatekeepers. And I think Gatekeepers at this point, I think they take out Maestro and they leave Mira up on the board because we saw Gatekeepers play a very, very aggressive Mira and played it very, very well. But no, they're actually going to take out MELUSI. Again, I think filtering more into their just hyper aggression. I think that stands more with what I said earlier on.
Yeah, if you see a team on Coastline ban Nomad, you do not want to leave the VALKYRIE up. That's just not something that is you want to deal with, just because banning the Nomad means they're going to be playing really aggressively. They don't want to be bogged down by those air jabs. And you know what helps that? The extra info you get from a VALKYRIE, not only on the inside, but on the outside as well, being able to facilitate spawn peaks, runouts, what have you. And we've got a 0. Trippin going to be picking up the flank watch operator. So I guess instead of hard stop, it's more flank watch in the form of intel. So Trippin will be on the 0. Nyx on Twitch. He'll be able to counter the Mira of Mata should those windows remain uncovered. Of course, you have Lion. Prod on the Lion, being able to kind of stop that aggressive play style for at least, 3 or so seconds every charge. It's going to be Blue Bar first for Gatekeepers. This is a site where they were masterful in defending not only their top floor control, but also their extension, their Mira play from Sunrise in the blue.
I was about to say, Mata on the Mira is going to be one of the big ones to watch for. I mean, he showed on this map yesterday that he is a force to be reckoned with. He absolutely is. Now Apollo on the Legion as well. We saw him. He sat over there in kitchen, and that was pretty much all he did. He sat in kitchen and he denied the service bathroom push as hard as he possibly could. I think those are going to be the two main forces to watch for, and the two main things that POGCHAMP are really going to have to deal with if they want to successfully push this site.
And of course, they've also got the kitchen extension that they play for, with the mirror window watching service and the castle on bathroom. So this isn't just a pug stack strat. This is a play that has been stratted out, likely tested in scrims or whatever. They know what they're doing when it comes to this one, and it really showed against Ablation. We'll see if it shows against POGCHAMP as well, as POGCHAMP are also a very experienced team. All of the players being very experienced, especially with, again, Nyx and Butters subbing in for DB Fire and Young Alec, if you were unaware, both of them T1 players, T1 caliber players. So,
yeah, absolutely. I think it's, again, I think this is, I'll say it once and I'll say it again, I think this is going to be a real litmus test for the rest of the match, to see if Gatekeepers' hyper-aggressive strategies are going to work as well as they have in the past. And as I said, though, Feltwinter is going to take down Nyx, Splash taking down Butters, the two players you just mentioned, having that T1 experience very quickly dispatched after Butters is able to get the first kill of the round, opening up on Apollo, taking care of most of that kitchen presence, and good night Jarvis as Splash takes him out with the Roni. Trippin finds one back onto Rex, though, getting a bit of revenge there for Nyx.
Still a 2 versus 3, though, for Prod and Trippin to work themselves out of. For now, they just hold angles. Trippin will open up that Sunrise window. Splash is still upstairs. Feltwinter is inside of Office, holding the blue window, and Mata is tucked inside of Sunrise. Now, the 0 cam will go out, the Sam cam, as people like to refer to it as. It'll spot out the Jaeger in his position, and that'll be an easy kill for Trippin. Sorry, not tripping. That'll be an easy kill for Prod. Down goes the Jaeger. He's finished off. We're now back to even man count. The Mira yet again destroying another one of those SAM cams. But the Mira window itself, watching Blue Bar, is now dropped. So Prod is a little bit safer in his attack, though he will go upstairs, I believe. He's not on the rappel. Or no, okay, he was on the rappel. He's already in. He's going to try and make his way down Cool Vibes. Splash taking the fight against Sam outside the window, but Trippin will not take any damage from it. The Cam will spot out Prod, though, so now the defense knows exactly where that line is pushing from. Trippin takes a whole hell of a lot of damage from that aggressive swing from Mata. He's just at 1 HP. Prod will go down as well to just above 1 HP. But Splash is finished off in that engagement. It's two players, extremely low, against the fast fire rate of the Vector, but Mata has two targets to find. He's tucked all the way behind his open mirror window inside of Blue Bar. Prod pre-firing over towards him, but there's only 10 seconds left and no utility for either of these attackers. Trippin is going to try and get this plant down. Prod playing very, very far back. That is the smart move. Excellent play from the Lion, and POGCHAMP were able to salvage round number 1.
The pure range from the V308 was going to win that out in every single engagement. Didn't matter how low Prod was. That 9mm is not going to make it that far back and do enough damage. But the V308 is always going to win that engagement, hands down. And that was just very, very smart play by Prod there. I mean, really knowing the operator, really knowing the weapons very well. But I mean, that came a lot from what we've seen from POGCHAMP in the past against stacks like these. That came a little bit closer than we were expecting. And unfortunately, Apollo going to disconnect there.
Oh, he's back
very shortly, but he's back almost instantly. There we go. Jarvis actually going to be the one bringing the man, the myth, Sam Fisher.
A bit of a role swap. Trippin did very well with it last round. We'll see if Jarvis is up to snuff, as they say.
Yeah, but I mean, things already looking really good for POGCHAMP, and Gatekeepers are really gonna have to step their game up a little bit if they want to have anything near similar to what they saw against Oblation yesterday. They played that very well, but I think there were a couple of times where they played the engagement just a little bit too loose. And could have come away with something better, but yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, I was really on the back of Prod just doing so very well with the Lion there.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
POGCHAMP just took Gatekeeper's best site. Kitchen, though, was not far behind in terms of how apt Gatekeepers were in defending. So once they set up for that, we should see maybe even. But if POGCHAMP were able to win this attack as well, I think it's... Or if POGCHAMP are able to also win Kitchen once Gatekeepers go onto it, I think it's a little bit grim for the defense, because those are easily Gatekeepers' best two sides. But they'll try double VAR again. They'll try it again. Prod with the big 3K that round as well. Excellent stuff from him. Actually getting all 3 of the final kills in that round.
Like I said, that round was won off the back of Prod there.
Yeah. Ooh. Feltwinter getting aggressive. Butters is holding his angle. The drone will come in too. He'll find the Jaeger. Butters turns away, but his attention will now be back over towards security as the drone finds him. Pot shots being taken by both sides, but Feltwinter is just stalling for time. He knows he doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive. Drone now being taken. It's heard by Feltwinter, but he only gets one shot onto Butters' shoulder before the Zofia takes his head off. Advantage now in POGCHAMP's favor, but here comes Splash looking for the refrag.
Yeah, he's definitely here looking for some blood, and Nick's gonna find some of his own as he takes down Rixivi. Griffin gonna go ahead and just send Splash into the dirt, and it's a 5v2 already, not looking good for the defense here, as Paulo and Mata are stuck inside of Sunrise here. And they're just being hit by a hail of utility. Mata finds one there on the Trippin, though, for the refrag. Butters finds one back onto Apollo. It's a 1v4, and it's all at the hands of Mata, falling once again to the gun of Prod.
Yeah, you could see there when he was stuck in that corner, Lion scanned, there were about 3, maybe 4 different bullet streams headed in his direction. There was no escape. Even if he got 2 kills there. There was no escape. Great stuff from PogChamp being able to collapse on that final player and an excellent clear. The bodies were just kind of thrown at them by the defense, especially over towards security. Both Feltwinter and Splash tried peeking. They both failed. Rex inside of the site died, and at that point, it was a 5 versus 2. Not a lot the defense could do as the attackers just started to suffocate them. Now it's Kitchen. Now Gatekeepers are going to say, okay, primary site failed. We'll go to our secondary. We'll go to Kitchen. It's a very similar lineup. Maybe the same. No, not the same lineup. It's Vigil instead of Legion. But very similar. They play it very similarly. Mirror window usually on the service entrance. The other mirror window upstairs in theater. They typically do a theater hold on Kitchen. But again, this is the strong. This site was not as strong as Bar, the site that they've now lost twice.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, I think this is the round that is really going to decide it here, is whether or not whether or not Gatekeepers are able to hold their own on this side. I mean, if they're not, I think that's a pretty good indication of the way this half is going to go, because like you said, Bar is their strongest site. They've lost it twice now. Now they're heading to Kitchen, their other strong site, but still not looking too solid on it. It's looking rough, to say the least.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
All right. What? Oh, okay. So they spotted out the spawn peak and tried to nade it.
He tried to nade it, but unfortunately hit a little bit too high there.
He didn't cook it properly. It was a little burnt, overcooked.
A little bit overcooked there.
It got dry.
Got a little bit chewy there.
A little bit brittle. But
Butters. I'm gonna go ahead and
Bomb located
you
by
ever
attackers.
overcook butter?
yeah, it burns.
Yeah, it sucks. It doesn't taste good.
No, it doesn't. As most things that end up burnt. Speaking of burnt, that's Gatekeepers right now. They are absolutely getting burned.
Shout out to Burnt Turkey. Love that guy. But here's the theater clear. Oh, Feltwinter nearly gets baited out by the drone as the Zofia is trying to challenge the mirror window. Obviously doesn't want to get too aggro against it, but Splash coming up white finds the head of Nyx. Down goes the Twitch. Now the Jaeger has a bit of help. Bullet holes being held by the Mozzie. You can see nearly all the way into Hall of Fame and stop anyone pushing his Jaeger aggressively. So a two-man hold over by Theater now. Zofia extends a little bit too much. She will be susceptible to the bullet holes by Splash, but here's a flank from Jarvis, tripping as well onto Rex, and now back theater presence is held by the Zero. Jaeger's still trying to take the fight, but there's a third member. It's the Sledge. Sure, he was able to down off Butters, but he's Zofia. He'll be picked back up, and yet again, it's a man advantage for PogChamp leading into the last minute, 4 versus 2 after an excellent clear of theater. That player inside of Hall of Fame distracting not only the Jaeger, but the support of the Mozzie as well, allowing Jarvis to push in from luggage, or not Jarvis, allowing, Jarvis to push in from luggage and tripping in from the hallway to find both of those kills. Now they'll try going for that vertical destruction, make sure no one can play inside of the lobby, but Mata is tucked inside of security. Curiously enough, as the Mira, the man on site is actually the Vigil, who can for now at least avoid the drones, but he might not be able to avoid this vertical destruction from tripping as the Sledge continues to hammer away and try and flush him out of his spot and find that easy pick onto the site that PogChamp are so desperately looking for to get in there. I'm not sure if Mata's position is known, but the mirror window being popped might just choreograph it, but the swing comes. Prod goes down on the Lion, and Apollo gets a kill of his own as well. He'll finish off Jarvis. It's just Butters. Butters gets one refrag. He's got to find Mata in the next 5 seconds on just 1 HP, but Mata's back in the site. I don't think Butters knows this, and he'll get tagged down through the rotate. Gatekeepers, they recover round number 3.
Wow, that absolutely turned around in their favor in a way that it absolutely should not have. That absolutely should not have gone in their favor with how effective PogChamp was clearing the top floor, but they lost control of the diffuser. They had no idea where Apollo was, and they just let him walk all over their attack, and with that, they're able to take their site. I mean, this was probably the biggest indicator of where this was going to go, And I think that was probably the that was the round that Gatekeepers needed, and if they can capitalize off of that and continue rolling forward, then we'll see. But they're heading to Hookah Billiards now, and another thing we
Attackers
forgot:
need to locate and defuse
Penthouse
the
is
bomb.
an option. Mira is on the board, something we don't often see.
Yeah. Penthouse is pretty much. You have a Mira, you just unlock Penthouse pretty much. She's the key. She's the key. So, Gatekeepers, though, will not go Penthouse. Not yet. They'll opt off the Mira instead as well. So we're back to Hookah. Interestingly enough, that is all right.
5 seconds.
That rotate that Splash just made. Let me tell you why people don't do that.
Attackers are moving out.
If you make the
Locate bomb and
rotate,
defuse it.
normally you reinforce the middle wall and make the rotate on the left side. You do that because if the attackers gain control of Hookah and are able to repel on the Hookah window, it limits their sightline into the other bomb site and into Aqua. If you open up the middle of the wall, you allow full coverage from the window through the middle of both bomb sites and all the way into the Aqua double door. So the fact that Splash has put that there is definitely curious. Maybe they are expecting an Aqua push, so Splash can play with the long angle on the Rook, like all the way from back Hookah. It looks like what the play is supposed to be for, but if POGCHAMP single this out and are able to push into Hookah, that could be a death sentence for the Gatekeepers' defense.
Yeah, all right. It looks like they're making their entry in the bathroom here. Lion Charge going to go out to help facilitate this. And they're making quick work of the upstairs presence as they've just neglected to clear the bottom floor, it seems like. They've just said, you know what? We're not even going to touch it. There's no reason to, almost. I mean, so long as you've got a solid flank watch going on, and you keep that top floor presence going, there's no real need to get it going. I mean, they've got Claymore set up. They had some drones, but it doesn't look like that's going to matter, as Apollo is just going to take a shot down the hall of luggage and put him in the dirt. But Nyx is there to quickly refrag it, bringing the man advantage back even.
So, first trade comes at around the minute 25, minute 30 mark. So at about half the round with no engagement so far. Splash can now play his bullet hole to cover the Aqua double door. Rex is able to get back into the site and help out his team, but Splash gets caught off by Prod, pushing on the Hookah doorway, and there we go. That is what the attackers should have taken control of, and what the defenders should have been afraid of. Feltwinter as well going to take even more damage as he and Prod are in a scuffle, but it'll be Prod to win out the fight. Nick starts pushing aggressively, actually behind a frag grenade from his teammate, and there's the kill. There's one trade from Mata, but Prod shuts him down. A 3K for the Lion. As I said, he just moves on to Hookah, shuts down all those players playing long, and the round goes to the champ.
Yeah, I mean, can't say I'm surprised. It's one of the weaker sides for Gatekeepers. I mean, they started out a little bit strong, a solid opening pick, but going back to Hookah Billiards, I think is questionable, especially with this much of a deficit. I think at this point, rolling the dice on Penthouse, I think is probably the solid choice here, and giving yourself a little bit more of an option, and then taking it back down to Kitchen if you end up losing here, at least pulling out a 4-2 half. Then you go on the attack. You can be a little bit more aggressive, and there's a lot. I think we saw them perform just a little bit better when they were attacking Coastline as compared to defending it.
As many bombs as they can.
Well, you're already opting a different philosophy. They'll bring Rex on Smoke rather than Castle, so they've got a hell of a lot more delay at their disposal. And now they've got the Maestro instead of the Rook. Here we go. Rotate placed on the proper wall. Not really the quote-unquote proper wall. Not the middle wall, basically. He'll be able to set up his Evil Eyes as well to cover the plant, even though that's not really what lost Gatekeepers the round, but hey, maybe the difference of play style is just enough to quell that aggressive play from POGCHAMP, because as soon as POGCHAMP found that hole, Prod took full advantage of it.
Right now, I'm just waiting to see if we see the same thing happen. It's just a very... I mean, they pretty much just gave up on clearing the downstairs, and I think Gatekeepers are aware of that as they've not put as much presence, and they've put Feltwinter on holding down the bathroom drop and the master bedroom control, which I think that's the right decision. I mean, try and cut off as much of that rotate in as you can, slow them down as early on as you can, because once POGCHAMP get rolling, it's very hard to stop them.
Yeah. Especially with the amount of gun skill they have on their side as well. They can probably match Gatekeepers blow for blow, maybe even take it a little bit farther. Apollo challenging the Skylight, nearly gets the head off Butters, but Butters will survive with just damage. Oh, that's an aggressive peek there from whoever was playing behind that shield. I think it was actually Rex. It looked like the USA skin on the smoke. But bullet holes being held by Feltwinter. We'll find it down on the Knicks. No kill just yet, but bullet holes so far working wonders for him. He'll be droned down, he'll have to fall back, and the pickup will likely come, but Mata goes down to Prod, yet again another frag for the Lion. So he's been doing very well for himself. Apollo as well, trying to cover where his teammate had down that Twitch. Will take a lot of damage, and he'll have to try and retreat. Knicks will be recovered. We're back at a 5v4. POGCHAMP holding that one-man advantage, but 4 players in the lobby are currently just 1 or 2 bullets worth of HP.
Yeah, but it looks like already Feltwinter's fallen off of holding down Master Bedroom, and that's pretty much... That's giving them free reign to take most of the top floor here as he's moved downstairs. Prod looking to clear it out, though. And... I don't know, things feel very stagnant right now from POGCHAMP. They're just kind of... It's more of a waiting game right now, trying to figure out where they need to go.
Wow, what is...
Prod is holding an angle and a half. That's what he's doing. He's holding the longest angle on Splash I've ever seen. He's waiting for Splash to stick even the slightest little pixel of his arm out to just absolutely put him in the dirt. He sees him, but misses his opportunity, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate for Prod as Apollo takes even more damage thanks to the nade. Here's the push from Butters, but Butters backs off. A kill for Apollo and another one for him as Splash finds one of his own. It's all down to the Zero and the Lion as the Zero will lose the swing to the smoke. And there on Cool 5 stairs, Prod, just as he hits the goo mine, gets taken out by Splash. The Gatekeepers take round number 5 as when push comes to shove, they're able to battle back in full and they take their second defense.
Already Gatekeepers kind of clawing themselves back here. I mean, this is genuinely what they needed to start pulling themselves in the right direction, was a couple more wins here on defense, and as they head back down to kitchen service, things are looking even better for them. It's the only side that they have a positive win rate on so far, even on the last side and positive on this one, but they're instead going to go back to Blue Bar, the site that they have lost twice.
Yep.
Are they trying to shoot themselves in the foot here?
I guess they just might not be confident in any others.
They won Kitchen, though. The one time they went to Kitchen, they won it. They have the best record so far on Kitchen.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
Why are they not going to Kitchen?
Couldn't tell you.
My mind is boggled here.
Well, we'll see if they make any sort of adjustments. So far, POGCHAMP has expertly just moved in through office and taken out the players inside of Blue Bar at the same time as pinching from hookah, or not hookah, pinching from mudroom or kitchen, or it's kitchen and mudroom instead of office, like the round they salvaged that 2v4 in. But either way, we'll see. Gatekeepers, I imagine, are still going to be going for a pretty aggressive roam and an extension over towards kitchen. Pretty much the exact same strat. I think relying on maybe winning more gunfights this time. This is interesting from Splash. You can kind of just see where the head peeks out if someone peeks ruins, but he won't find anyone. Already the blue window going down, so Trippin can look in. This castle so far has been largely ineffectual just because of the sledge, because you can just go up and hit it. So the fact that Gatekeepers keep bringing this castle, I mean, sure, it's good for locking off lines of sight, but if the sledge actually gets in there, then it's not really going to do much.
Yep. Prod already trying to make entrance into Sunrise. things not looking too different from what we've seen before. There doesn't seem to be much of an adjustment in how they are going about this defense, and that's not a good sign for Gatekeeper. Instead, a Splash is able to go ahead and is taken out by Butters. Apollo finds one back on Trippin, though, to go ahead and start things off here. Apollo and Rex are going to be the two to deal with here inside of Kish and Prod. Looking for any sign of life from one of them as Apollo just goes ahead and doesn't even look towards the window and just gets its head taken off there by Prod. Butters finds one back on Amada as well. Amada has been the key clutch player in all this, and him being already taken out, leaving Rex the Felt. It's looking very, very bad for Gatekeepers here. As I said, though, Rex going to take quite a heap of damage, leaving him at about 2 bullets worth of HP. Felt trying to make his way back over towards Sunrise here.
Especially
Butters just waiting inside of Blue. I mean, it's not looking good for them as Felt is just going to stand there, and Butters is going to get a triple on the round.
Yeah, easy cleanup for PogChamp. I just noticed Jarvis is playing Thermite and Coastline.
Jarvis was playing Thermite on
Which
Coastline.
is odd, to say the least.
You know what he's doing? You know what that is?
He's playing Thermite for the gun.
He's playing Thermite for the disrespect.
Yeah, maybe.
There's
But again,
there's no reason to play Thermite for the gun. He played him because he wanted to send a message.
Again, like, that was just PogChamp being able to find those roamers, pin them down, kill them, and at that point, Jaeger and Castle have to try and rotate back to site. They're both very disconnected. Feltwinter gets into Harry Potter, but, I mean, the peek from Blue Bar, you're probably not going to win that. And
Yeah.
Rexivy is cornered off over towards Bathroom. I mean, he gets one kill, but he's immediately traded. And now it's a 4-2 for PogChamp off their attacking half. Of course, attack, though, is where you expect teams to be pretty dominant. Gatekeeper's attack was certainly no slouch as well. We'll see how PogChamp fare on their defense. They go Kitchen first, and they want to extend into Sunrise.
Already, I mean, I was worried that PogChamp were going to go into this and we're not going to be ready for the way Gatekeepers like to play this map, but they're really shutting them down here. They're shutting them down in a fashion I was really not expecting at all. So I'm interested how PogChamp are going to play the defense now, because this is a lot more. Gatekeepers are getting a lot more pushback than they used to. Although Nyx here, Nyx, Nyx, that almost worked out perfectly. But unfortunately, the reaction time of Feltwinter is going to be the death of him. That was almost the play of the week right there.
So you gotta hit your shots. Fortunately, Nyx just whiffed a little bit too much. Feltwinter will get the first kill, and that is not just the first kill, but that's the first kill on the man holding Sunrise. So those reinforcements now going to be pretty useless, because those are the ones covering him. Trippin going to swing out as the Warden inside of security, scanned by the Lion as the attackers start to break the barricade. He'll retreat. He will retreat back to lobby with Prod, as Prod actually kind of retakes his position inside of security with Legion. Drone comes out as Apollo finds Butters. No more Mira on the board either, as Gatekeepers are picking the members of PogChamp off one by one. There's no trade as well for anyone on the defense. Prod yet again going to be thrown down. It's like the third drone they've sent in there. Feltwinter going to try and act upon it by getting aggressive. Through the floor holes, though, into Blue Bar. Prod with a great kill onto Apollo. First refrag for his team. He's tucked inside of Courtyard, but there's really not much chance for the attackers to refrag. Though, as I say that, Mata not only finds him, but finds Trippin as well. It's just Jarvis. It's a 1v4. He's got gas nays, but he's running out. He's only got one left, and he's got no clue that they've already pushed into Bathroom. Rex will get the final kill, and Gatekeepers will take their very first attack.
Yeah, they've already started. They've already started clawing their way back. They're saying, "Hey, that was just attacker sided. Watch how we do on attack right here." This is while PogChamp being able to really pick apart the defense of of Gatekeepers and show them that, hey, just you can't just rely on running around the map and doing whatever you want. We can just pick it apart. And now they're showing the exact opposite. Is, hey, you have a structured defense. How about we just run around and kill everyone? Is basically what I'm seeing here.
We'll try kitchen again. This time the Jarvis will
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Jarvis will be on the mute rather than the smoke. And instead of a Warden, which really didn't do anything, Trippin will be on Jaeger.
Bomb located by
That makes sense. Because Warden didn't do much. In all honesty, let's be honest. No utility. And it just kind of died. See a POGCHAMP are able to avenge their mistakes. Pretty much the same mirror window setup, as well as Nyx dying very early off rip from the spawn peak. That was not good.
Yeah, playing so aggressive like that, I don't think was the play, especially at a long angle like that. I would more expect that peak to work out a little bit better if it's coming from office, but not all the way from sunrise, especially with K1A. So he's going to play a little bit closer to site, it seems, try and be the main repelling force for anyone that tries to make the push. And they've already opened up that window, expecting him to be playing there once again. But yeah, he's going to play that a little bit more passively now, which I'm very surprised at.
Prod yet again taking his position up inside of security. First kill already comes through. Players inside of Sunrise find Splash. So already Splash going to be off the board. Excellent first kill. Trippin doing better on the Jaeger than he did on the who was he? On the Warden. But he was in the previous round. Case has been dropped as well. If someone goes to pick that up, they might fall into the line of sight of Nyx holding the bullet holes. He and Prod kind of holding a little bit of a pinch for now. Lion scan goes out. It will spot Prod, but Prod will not give up his position, but he does lose the fight against the Ash of Feltwinter. Refrag could come in from Trippin, but no, it's the Zofia, not the low HP Ash. So Apollo gets that kill as well. 2 in a row for Gatekeepers now, as POGCHAMP are now on the back foot. 4 versus 3. They do still have the mirror windows to play with, however. Gatekeepers not looking like they want to push over that way.
Yeah, already things are kind of... They started out a solid way. Prod getting a solid opening, or Trippin getting a solid opening pick there onto Splash, but they're still very much on the back foot here. They really have not found a very solid reaction to the way Gatekeepers are playing this. They still have solid control over the sites, so not much to worry about there, but it looks like Mata is going to be trying to get some top floor control. The second that happens, I feel like it might be over and done with for POGCHAMP, unless they're able to very solidly take care of him. But until I see that, I'm already worried the way that this is trending for POGCHAMP here. Nyx takes quite a bit of damage there from, I believe that's Feltwinter taking some shots from inside of Sunrise.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who that was, but he will be finished off from above by the Ash of Feltwinter, actually with a breaching round, curiously enough. Another one through the floor as well for Feltwinter, as Butters takes a lot of damage, but he'll be able to at least retreat for now. There's the crossfire being held from Courtyard, as the Mute can't find anything either. Mata and Apollo finish things off. Gatekeepers now with 2 attacks in a row.
Yeah, again, Gatekeepers are doing what POGCHAMP did to them, but in reverse. POGCHAMP said, all right, you've got this really flexible defense that allows you to just kind of run around the map, do whatever you want. Okay, we're going to counter that with being very structured and picking everyone off. Gatekeepers are now saying, okay, you want to be structured in how you play things? How about we just run around the map and kill everyone? Yeah. And it's working.
They've been toe for toe, pretty much.
Pretty much,
against, yeah. Against POGCHAMP. Of course, it was a 4 versus 2. Or it was a 4-2 at the half. So if it's a 4-2 again, then we'll be an OT. POGCHAMP needs to start taking these defensive rounds. Finally swap off of Kitchen, smart play. Go to double bar. Another strong sight for both Gatekeepers, and hopefully for POGCHAMP, or at least hopefully for them and their fans. They both ran a mirror setup. I assume it'll be something similar, especially with the reinforcements that Prod is placing. They'll likely be having an extension inside of kitchen. Yeah, he's got the reinforcement there. So it's almost identical to how the Gatekeepers are playing it.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I'm very interested to see how POGCHAMP are really. I think seeing this extension is a very solid reaction to what we've seen from Gatekeepers, but I'm still yet effective. I mean, Gatekeepers have just been so incredibly effective at tearing POGCHAMP apart on this defense that I am unsure how things are going to continue.
Because Nyx is already taking an engagement with Rex. Very, very, very low. Running away. On the flat. Down goes the sledge. Follow hit. So 1 for 1 on the roam. Nyx and Rex both on very low HP, but Jarvis goes down to Feltwinter, and now advantage yet again going to be in the Gatekeeper's favor.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, already Nyx being down so low, tripping. The only full health member left for POGCHAMP in a 2v3. It's not looking good for them.
The bomb diffuser.
And jumping from what I did not expect to work against Prod, he just kind of vaulted in the window and found the Lamai rotating. We'll see Trippin how long he's able to hold off the attackers pretty much by himself. We got Nyx on Cool Vibe stairs, but there's the first kill for Trippin. Down goes Feltwinter as he hops on top of the bar. Back to even man count, and honestly just about even HP. Swing comes from Rex. He just narrowly avoids death against the high fire rate vector, but Rex still wins the fight anyway, and Nyx whips the shot. Rex with a great reaction, and the Gatekeepers will finally take their lead on round number 9.
Yeah, finally, after a really, really tough first half, I mean, pushing up to now a 5-4. I mean, POGCHAMP being at the deficit. I mean, coming out of this, I was like, okay, POGCHAMP are showing that they're not going to fall to just the sheer power that we've seen from them in the past. And already it's just completely turned around in the favor of Gatekeepers. And if this continues, next map, I'm unsure how POGCHAMP is going to fare.
See, of course, this is Gatekeeper's map pick. So, if they go down here, then POGCHAMP still have
Attackers need to locate
their own map,
bombs.
as well as the decider to play, and POGCHAMP are a good Oregon team. They beat Aerial Arise on it yesterday, so I wouldn't doubt that they can beat Gatekeepers on it as well.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
We're gonna try Blue Bar again. So far, every site has been a repeat of the last. They curiously enough haven't actually had a win yet, which is a little, or a defending win yet, which is a little bit curious. Last round they had a pretty decent chance to, but Trippin lost his fight to Rex, which I did not expect with Rex on literally 1 HP, and then Nyx whiffed his shot. He shouldn't have whiffed the shot. Rex was 1 bullet. All Nyx needed to land. Unfortunately, he just didn't hit him, and then lost on the repeat. So we'll see how POGCHAMP do this time. They've got a very similar setup yet again. Hopefully this time, just hoping they win more of their ones.
I mean, it's just consistently that they aren't, and they fall back on their goal here. They're not a ton of stuff for refrag. I mean, there's a lot of info missing. Yeah, Trippin is just going to turn his back to Sunrise and just get himself deleted as utter.
Well, at least it's an even trade, and now PogChamp take the advantage as Feltwinter goes down to Nyx. There's Nyx waking up just a little bit. See if PogChamp can hold on to their lead. It's only 50 seconds into the round, so of course Gatekeepers are not pressed for time. They can still try make something happen. Calm, cool, and collected. RCB starts to move in, trying to get the pinch on the player inside of Kitchen, but he slowly moves out. Prod does eventually go down. Nyx trying to find the refrag yet again. He and Rex will light each other up, but there's coverage from the Jaeger. Butters will take him out. Not before Rex finishes off Prod. Excellent shot from Nyx. Holy crap. The SMG-12 will absolutely behead Apollo. Now it's just Mata. PogChamp looking for the tie score, the 5-5, and Mata has 3 bodies to find. Butters and, I believe, Nyx both holding an angle on the double door where you got Jarbears looking over Blacktop and Courtyard. Mata not in the best position as he's going to try and ace open the lobby wall, curious enough, and start to kind of detach himself from where the push was originally coming. He's now over towards the reception side of things, pre-firing over into 90 and into Sunrise. It looks like he's aware of the position upstairs from Jarvis, maybe either from a sound call or if there's a drone. C4 ready from Jarvis. He'll get thrown out. Will it find Mata? No, Mata actually, I believe, he shot it midair. But Mata is still being distracted by this fight, and Pistol Out can't win it as Jarvis hits the reload. PogChamp take round number 10, and we're at a tie score of 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, PogChamp finally pulling themselves together on the defense after 2 rounds of getting absolutely put in the dirt by Gatekeepers. Finally waking themselves up a little bit. We'll see if that will continue or if they will just continue struggling to pull themselves out of the rut that they have gotten themselves pulled into. 1 more round, they can guarantee overtime at the very least. 2 more, and they can take it.
They're going back to Kitchen, though. I wonder why they're avoiding Hookah so much.
It's interesting.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
They've still got the Mira. They do have another different operator. They've taken a Maestro instead of the
Attackers have located a bomb.
Smoker the Mute. I don't know. This is... I still think the decision is a little bit questionable. With how well Gatekeepers not only were able to clear the offsite players, but also use the vertical play, I'm not quite sure why they're not going to Hookah.
10 seconds left.
Neither am I. I'm
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know the reason for
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
the choice, but it's an interesting one to say the least that I still have yet to figure out.
Attackers recovered the defuse.
And a little bit of an update in our bracket so far. Oblation has fallen to insert name. They'll be the first team to head to the losers finals to determine who plays the loser of this match, which, another reminder, loser of this match is not out of it. They have 1 more chance, 1 more best of 1 to determine who heads up to the grand finals.
Yeah. I thought we already talked about insert name winning. Either way.
I just refreshed the bracket and it just showed up. I may not have refreshed the bracket since then.
Yeah, well, either way. Rex got the first kill onto Prod. It was retraded by Jarvis, but Butters has now been brought down as well. And Gatekeepers hold a 1-man advantage. And the player you killed was the Lion. They've still got breaching charges and rounds on the Ash. They've still got a Buck. So if they take that vertical, they can start to use it to their advantage. And it looks like they are going to play for the vertical because they have 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes that they've got left to play with. Nyx is busy destroying drones upstairs, but he won't stay up there for very long. This vertical destruction will soon come down and likely pressure the positions of Jarvis as well as Trippin tucked inside a pantry. But no, the Buck of Splash hasn't actually gone upstairs. He's instead droning into sight, so maybe not actually going for the top-down play. He's just inside of Hookah? Or not Hookah, he's just inside of Sunrise, strangely enough. Here's the Evil Eye being spotted out. It'll be destroyed from above by Feltwinter. That was kind of easy, just the ping to break open the floor. And then, what do you call it? Break over the floor and then shoot the breaching round at it. There's a run out from somebody. I think perhaps Nyx. I think it was a bait to try and get Jarvis this kill. Feltwinter now going to try and open up the floor, but no! Apollo's going to disconnect. Now it's back to even man count. The tripping does go down through the floor. The refrag found upstairs by Nyx. He now has control of the vertical as Apollo reconnects. Luckily enough, we don't have to rehost or even pause the lobby. The 2v2, Jarvis and Nyx against Splash and Mata. The ace in the buck, two very, very
Mata's
good
inside.
weapons.
I'm
And
sorry.
Mata is in sight, but no, he's not the one with Diffuser. It's actually Splash. He's going to try planting. Nyx previously had upstairs control, but no, he's going to rotate back down. It looks like they know exactly where the plant is going down, though. It will be completed, but both of these attackers are stuck in their positions. More damage being taken by Splash. He's trying to fight through the wall. He'll open up a hole, but that'll give Nyx the sightline he needs. The trade is found with 1 HP. The Fira finds the final frag. A very, very close round for Gatekeepers, but POGCHAMP are still able to steal it away, and they go up 6-5, map point.
They have at the very least confirmed overtime. One more chance for Gatekeepers here. POGCHAMP have stopped the bleeding just a little bit here, coming back with 2 rounds of their own after losing, I believe, 3 in a row to Gatekeepers. So now they'll be finally heading to Hookah Billions.
Yeah, I was going to say, at long last, they'll go to Hookah.
You know what? They may have been saving it as a guaranteed round win. They may feel so confident about this site that, hey, we want to save this. This needs to be...
They're either so confident about this site,
or
they're saving it for last, or they are not confident at all and are just being forced to play it. So, we'll have to see. They're bringing now, instead of the Mira, which maybe was faking out a penthouse play, I don't know. Instead of the Mira, we've got a Warden.
We've seen some interesting Warden play in the past, so I'm not ready to discount it just yet. I wanna see Jarvis do some interesting stuff on it. He's finally picked himself back up in terms of kills. He was kind of slouching a little bit. But Mr. Sam Jarvis Canadian baiting out the spawn peak as well.
You mean Sam Jarvis Jarvis?
Sam Jarvis Jarvis.
Because that's his last name.
Of course.
Maybe he'll pull a Max, and pop off with the Warden.
Hey, you know what? It can happen.
Could happen.
Again, can't discount it yet.
Not completely out of the realm of possibility, as they say. But let's see how Gatekeepers trying to take it. They're still bringing pretty much the same lineup as they have been throughout all their previous rounds. Nick's really the only player on the defense right now roaming as the Vigil. He's off over towards Theater holding a bullet hole in Hall of Fame. Because we love bullet holes.
Of course we do.
The most balanced mechanic.
Of course.
Gatekeepers so far have been pretty slow. They haven't actually entered the building within the first minute. It's mainly just drone work. I think he sees the bullet hole. This could be an easy frag for Feltwinter. Pre-fire comes and Nyx just gets absolutely demolished. Great eyes there from Feltwinter and a great first frag on the only roamer on the defense.
Absolutely put in the ground there, and that is, again,
nice
like you
toss.
said, the only roamer there. Actually, besides Butters, who looks to be sitting on the bottom of, or on the middle of Cool Vibes stairs there, is holding things nice and tight there. Trying to keep it as close as he possibly can. 5v4, not a good start to the round, but there's still 1:15 left here, and still 4 players that need to be taken care of on the side of POGCHAMP. Gatekeepers want to pull this to overtime here.
Splash before I think was setting up for an escalade. He's still downstairs. He brought it out like he wanted to start cooking it and then put it back in his pocket because I didn't think he really had like enough intel to go for it, but it's a little bit slow from Gatekeepers so far. I mean, we've only got a minute left in the round. They've got 1 kill. They are on the precipice of the site. Trippin has been dealt a lot of damage. Butters, though, with the first refrag for his team, takes down the Ash, and he takes down that VIP player as well. Now, Prod will take out Apollo. No more Zoph. It's Rex, Splash, and Mata. Rex, if he has the diffuser, Butters as well is going to take a lot of damage, with Prod with the finisher onto Mata. All 3 players on the defense, with the exception of Prod, are extremely lit up, but it doesn't matter, as Jarvis and Prod find the final 2 kills. Prod with another excellent solo play, 3 kills for him on the round, the savior there for POGCHAMP, and they will take Gatekeepers map pick 7-5.
I'll say it once again. I've said it a few times now. This was, I think, the litmus test for how this matchup was going to go. And after almost losing their footing to Gatekeepers, but they really felt, I mean, despite a couple of rounds from Gatekeepers, they still felt pretty dominant over Gatekeepers throughout most of that match. Again, unless we see some kind of drastic change from Gatekeepers, I don't think we see them coming away with this map, in my own humble opinion.
Yeah, it should probably be POGCHAMP to come away with this. Speaking of winning important matches, if you were not watching the invitational qualifier against for EU, Makers won. Makers beat Tempra 3-1. The T3 Italian team just run roughshod over several Pro League teams. And I now qualify for invite, and we might have the same thing happen later today for US. I'm rooting for Altiora.
Potentially, yeah. I gotta be. I'm rooting for my boy Eska. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course,
I'm rooting for my boy Eska here. Update on our other game going on over on the Nerd Street Gamers channel. We have the Favelas versus the previous team we just cast of Tax Collectors. Currently on stream, they are tied up 6-6, pulled it into overtime. A very hotly contested match. Tax Collectors pulling back 2 rounds after being down 6-4. Really showing they're not going to go out actually on Coastline of all the maps.
All the bans here on Clubhouse very standard. No Ace. He's a very powerful hard breacher, but you do leave both Maverick and Hibana still up. Thatcher as well, default ban, but of course, Maverick's still up, so you can take his place with that. Valkyrie, a powerful ban, pretty much everywhere. And then Cade. There's still a Maverick, so Cade's not all that powerful. But I guess, I mean, when you open the wall, like Maverick trick the wall with a Cade on it, it's still like the space is still electrified, so I guess maybe they don't want to worry about that. Either way, maybe not the strongest ban in the world, but you do you, Gatekeepers. Gym is going to be the first site as well. They've been a fan of like going the off sites first.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Yeah, they definitely
by
have. I wonder how this is going to pan out for them. I mean, we saw last time that I'm trying to remember when they played this against. I mean, I very vividly remember how they played Oblation on Coastline because they absolutely stomped them. But I don't remember their clubhouse play, despite it being, I mean, a full 15 rounds. I think I do very much remember the double mirror here though from Rick Sevi.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers
They're gonna have that
locate a bomb and defuse it.
cache extension, of course. Because why wouldn't they? It's Jim. And they're going for a more turtle style, so they'll try and lock up cache for as long as possible. Force the attackers to use their hard breach, all their utility in clearing this out. Make sure that they're starved of their utility, at least going into the site execute. So there are no reinforcements at all on server. Focusing all of it on cache, making sure there are no openings for them. for now, POGCHAMP, they want to go over and push Logi. They've got this double mirror set up as well for the defense that they'd have to deal with over
Attackers have located a
on
bomb.
the Jacuzzi wall. And I mean, you can take construction in Logi. Maybe you just won't deal with the mirror. You don't necessarily have to go over there, as that was a nice, almost a nice 1-2 punch there from Nix and Butters. Nix opens the castle barricade. Unfortunately, Mata only takes a little bit of damage, so Butters not coming away with a kill.
I was about to say, I'm interested to see how they're going to play this. It looks like they've actually switched over to trying to contest this double mirror. And I'm wondering how this is going to turn out, because without clearing out Rixevi, it's going to be very difficult. Because, I mean, you do have Trippin, but at the same time, you don't really have much to deal with those bandit batteries. Especially the one inside of bathroom, so without being able to take care of the one in bathroom, you've got nothing to clear out Rixevi unless you've got a very well-timed nade. But I do believe Feltwinter has, at the very least, a Jaeger charge back there. And unfortunately, it looks like the parts of the Hibana charges are going to be seen on top of the wall there, preventing that wall from being opened up for the crouch hold.
That's a little bit unfortunate, but here comes the vault into Jim. Wow, Nix with a very ballsy play, and he finds Apollo trying to find the guy in the bathroom as well. But first frag does go the way of POGCHAMP. Bandit off the board. If he had a C4, that'll be no longer available either. And there's more kills for the defense, but Nix with one trade. So it's 2 for 2. Jarvis and Trippin no longer on the board. Apollo and Splash being traded off. Nix making his way through construction all by his lonesome, putting the pressure on the Logi player of Mata. One bullet will put Nix down, though, as Feltwinter on main catches Butters. It's just Prod and Nix against 3. They're very separated. Nix now moving into logistics. No one for him to find. Feltwinter going to take a little bit of damage as Prod now drops the hatch and joins his teammate, forcing Nix over towards the master bedroom doorway. But there's only 12 seconds remaining. Nix will likely get popped very soon as he's only 1 HP. There he is, down and finished off by the Mira. Prod has no time to go for this play. Feltwinter will finish him off. Gatekeepers will take round number 1.
That double mirror gave them a massive headache right there. There wasn't much they could do at all to shut that down. And that forced them to move over the cash Logi push, and they were ready for the adjustment. Gatekeepers were, and they're already showing that, hey, we can perform well in Clubhouse. They're going to head down to Church Arsenal now after taking the off-site first round. We'll see how they fare down here, and if POGCHAMP can pull themselves back up. Now, this is not too dissimilar to what we saw on last map. Gatekeepers pulling out ahead a little bit early, but POGCHAMP really pulling out a bit of a resurgence.
A double mirror too. Trippin and Jarvis both died outside thanks to the
Attackers need to locate and defuse
not only the
bomb.
double mirror but also the Feltwinter playing main stairs. We got a 3K there. Great backup from him. Now we're on Church, still Mira being run. Gatekeeper's really a fan of the Mira, who can be an annoying operator to deal with, to say the least. Gatekeepers don't look like they're going to be roaming all too much. Maybe with Splash, because he does have the drone denial. Typically when you see Amazi, he's not going to be playing down on site. We'll have to see where he decides to roam and if POGCHAMP are going to be able to successfully flush him out.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Attackers must locate and defuse
Where
the
is he?
bomb.
He's in bar.
Yeah, still going on, might I add. The Fellas Tax Collector Stadium, they are pulling this to all 15 rounds, it looks like.
Wow.
Tax Collector's really putting up a fight here.
Come on, Matt. Coast?
Yeah, Coastline.
Who
Still
gets
there.
attacked?
Favelas are currently on attack on this round of overtime on the stream.
Oh,
But
my take.
back to here, Feltwinter almost getting his head taken off by Butters there. Will get his head taken off by Butters there. Why would you repeat that, Feltwinter? Nix taking down the head of Splash as well, as they've pretty much taken care of the roamers there in a very handed fashion within the first 50 seconds of the round here. Although Rixevi has an interesting position here. playing a little bit of the roaming. Mira gonna take some sprays and is actually gonna shut down Butters. What a shot there as Mata finds one back on a prod there. 2 shots of their own, taking down the Maverick, the big hard breacher there. Going to lose his head. Trippin above, going to be, oh, you hate to see it. 6 Hibana pellets. Trippin, what are you doing?
Man, I don't know, man.
You hate to see it.
But, I mean, he's at least able to get the hatch open. Was not impact tricked. Not an even man count as well. Luckily for the Hibana, there is no wall denial, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants with those remaining X-Kairos. He's still got 2 6 charges left. Well, Flash is coming in from Trip, and he wants to push into dirt where Mata is holding. Mata previously taking out his fellow hard breacher over towards the walls, but Trippin will rotate out, join Nyx inside of Kitchen. There is no one from the defense actually currently inside of Arsenal. It's just Mata in dirt. Apollo, never mind, Apollo is repositioned. Apollo is now right under the sledge hole that Nyx had made. Continue trying to flush him out. More nades and explosives going down, but a great shot by Apollo. Down goes the Ash, but there is a refrag from Trippin. Now down to a 2v2. They want to try and facilitate this drop. Flashbangs go in to keep Mata at bay, but Mata playing right by the gun rack. We will probably spot this drop down. They do have the hard rings thanks to the Evil Eyes as well. Swing coming through. There's no cover from Nyx. That's an easy kill for Mata. Looking up towards the hatch to find the last, but Nyx is not there for the trade. He doesn't have, well, he's got 1 nade left. He'll cook it. I'm not sure if it'll find the kill. No, already Mata has backed off. It'll deal a lot of damage to Rextv, but Mata spotting out where he dropped, and still the hard ping coming out from Maestro's Evil Eye, pre-firing over towards the gun rack. Mata is just playing so passively. He's down into box 3 now, just running away, knowing he can play the time against Nyx, and he'll pop up for the fight and get the kill. Gatekeepers take round number 2 on their defense.
Yeah, and a bit of an update. Tax collectors have defeated the Favelas. They will play insert name to determine who goes on to the loser finals to play against the loser of this match so far. And once again, POGCHAMP kind of slipping on the early lead here with Gatekeepers taking it in hand. Again, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu from last time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So, heading up, CC Cash. We'll see if they will continue to be successful and pull out a perfect side rotation here, as they are they're showing a bit more prowess than was shown up against Oblation of all people. I mean, Oblation really, I mean, it was a very back and forth game, and once again, the trademark double Mira from Rexevi gonna come out with a soft wall up above on main wall of all places with no wall denial, might I add. Brought by Gatekeepers.
I mean, I think they probably just assume, like, hey, they're probably going to get the wall open anyway because, you know, they have a Maverick. So why bring any additional wall denial other than the mute if it's just going to be the same process and you can't bandit trick against the Maverick? So it makes sense, as now this double wall Mira again is trying to get blown up by Butters. You can deny it with soft breach if it's on a softball. But unfortunately, he's used he's used 1. I wasn't able to find the mirror window though, and it looks like he maybe wants to conserve it for the rest of the indestructible gadgets. I mean, it's only a Maestro and a Melusi, and you do have nades and Ash. Kind of curious as to why Butters didn't just like full clear the mirror, but whatever. He's rotated over towards construction. This is where the main push is going to be coming down. They've already got part of the wall open.
Yeah, and there's Apollo just going to go ahead and shut down Trippin and lose the diffuser for POGCHAMP there. And unfortunate to
Bomb
say the
located
least,
by attackers.
as they have now lost all of their hard breaching capability except for Prod, and an up close and personal hard breaching approach right now seems like exactly what POGCHAMP cannot do. As you've got Rixevi on the double mirror wall, you've got the wall partially open and at foot level, might I add. Ooh, there's Nyx to go ahead and shoot the C4 out of the sky there from Rixevi. Things are going to be made extremely difficult here for POGCHAMP. Nade comes out, almost takes down Apollo, brings him down to just about 30 HP. Butters finally shutting down the Mira of Rixevi, putting man advantage in favor of POGCHAMP. Oh! First time I say that, though, it's going to go very quickly back to even. Apollo gets one into Butters, a second one there on a Nyx. He is on a tear here with a triple kill on the round. It's now up to Jarvis and Prod up against Feltwinter, Mata, and Apollo in a 2v3.
Wow. Great play there from Apollo, jumping up and getting 2 frags. 2 very important ones at that. Really only 1 refrag being found by POGCHAMP in that entire scuffle. Now they're at a loss, 2 versus 3. Nade comes in though, will confirm Feltwinter, and Apollo has been extremely lit up. Mata on the peak, he and Jarvis will exchange words, but the frag is found by Prod, and through the floor, Jarvis with a great angle. Apollo finally goes down, his rampage, not going to find any more bodies. And POGCHAMP finally able to take their first round on their attack.
Finally able to start pulling something out. I mean, against all odds, and despite Apollo playing fantastically there, gonna go ahead and start pulling things their way again. Little bit of deja vu from map 1.
I'm surprised that their first round was on Cash, not Jim. But,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes that's just the way things goes.
Mm-hmm.
Or things go. Cash, they're gonna try again, though. On the
Defenders,
one
protect
site
your
they
bombs
lost.
from being defused by attackers.
Instead of rotating the Jim. Definitely curious. But I guess they figure, hey, if we can just fix our mistakes, you know, we came close. Maybe we can take it. The only thing I'm worried about is the only reason it came close is because Apollo had a heads-up play hiding in a rat corner. That is not something that you consider, like, hey, that worked, let's do it again. You can't do that.
Yep.
So, hopefully the Gatekeepers have some other adjustment in mind other than Apollo do it again and we'll capitalize better.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
I'm wondering if so they've opted getting rid of the double mirror. I think
Attackers must locate and defuse.
it's an interesting play, especially with no addition of any potential denial as well. I'm surprised to not see a bandit brought out to try and even potentially slow down this attack a little bit more, maybe bring out another C4, but I guess the person you replace with that would be Splash, and bringing Mute, you can bring the C4 as well, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but there's Butters to very quickly take down Rixevi from a long angle, thanks to the Maverick holes, as they are going to be able to start opening up that wall. Apollo taking pot shots, still trying to get some sprays back. The wall is now opened up thanks to the soft push from Zofia.
Jeez. Dude, the silhouette, I thought Apollo was running out of the breach, but he was downstairs.
You know, he was downstairs.
Oh, that
I
scared
noticed
me for
that
a
too,
second.
and I was like, huh, interesting. But now it's
Oh!
Feltwinter almost going to catch Butters there. Puts quite a bit of damage on him, but Butters will escape with his life, unfortunately for Gatekeepers.
That was almost really bad for Butters.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately enough for him, he got out of the way in time. Thank God for quick repel. And still, man count in favor of POGCHAMP. We're about halfway down now, minute 35 left. POGCHAMP are now putting drones into the kind of master side of things. They got the Mozzie under them. Zofia waiting to catch Mata on his rotate, although he's not rotating for now. Dispatch Nyx instead. Mata taking damage through the barricade already, down to just about half HP, but he'll stay and actually take the aggressive fight, and he'll lose it against Nyx. Curious play, but at that point, there wasn't really much else for Mata to do. He didn't really have anywhere to go. So at that point, you got to take the aggressive stance. Apollo gets a refrag for his team, the first one, as Butters goes down through the construction wall. Down goes Zofia. Maybe those indestructible evil eyes staying up a little bit longer. Of course, you still got Jarvis, still got 4 nades, so probably not up for long, but one operator who has burn and can take them out has been dealt with. POGCHAMP have 40 seconds left in this round, and they do have a lot of control. They have both breaches open. They have downstairs. They have construction, but Feltwinter trying to retake into stock could catch Jarvis, where Jarvis was playing in the previous round. He doesn't seem aware that Feltwinter has moved down into lobby, but as he retreats, Feltwinter is going to try and pre-fire over, revealing his position, and he'll take the fight against Jarvis. Both players will exchange damage, and upstairs, Apollo finds Trippin as well as Nyx. Apollo yet again going huge, but he will be traded out from below by Jarvis with the pistol. Prod now coming in from below as well to help his teammate, but at this point, they're both just going to have to push up red against the Aegir of Feltwinter. It's 1 kill for him, traded out by Jarvis. Jarvis only armed with a pistol, has to find Splash, but he's so lit up, and Splash is just going to run away. Defenders will be successful as Gatekeepers take round 4, and I really got to question that last-minute decision to not only rotate both players downstairs to push up red, but keep the pistol in hand for Jarvis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Already, Gatekeepers showing out a little bit more than they were on map number 1. Maybe we'll see this continue and we'll see this head to map number 3, or we'll have something similar to a map 1 where POGCHAMP really decided to wake up towards the end of the first half and just kind of pull it out.
Now we're back to Gym, where Gatekeepers were also previously successful on. Thanks to Gatekeeper, thanks to POGCHAMP having a little bit of a difficulty clearing the double Mira setup that they had on the main Jacuzzi wall, which is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not a setup that I would be like, hey, I know how that works. Man, if I saw that in ranked, I would just, I would forfeit the game right there. We're gonna try for this cash hold again, full reinforcing it, putting the Lamai and the castle barricades over there. I guess not the castle barricades. They have a castle barricade on construction, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. And the mirror window setup is yet again in full play for Gatekeepers. Hopefully POGCHAMP have learned their lesson and know what to do this time to try and counter it. They were able to counter the first one, not able to get the second one because there was an ADS protecting that mirror window. They couldn't clear the bandit battery off of it. But now that there's no actual denial on the walls, POGCHAMP might have an easier time just straight opening those windows with the Hibana.
Yeah, if POGCHAMP are able to pull out, if they can pull out an even half here and really get things going, I think going onto the defense will be ideal for them. Given how Clubhouse tends to lean a little bit more defender-sided, as opposed to the way Coastline typically goes, which is more leaning on the attacking side, I think a split half for them will be the most ideal situation for Splash, trying to dodge tons of nades and tons of breach charges from down below as he actually will find one onto Butters. Jarvis taking quite a hit there from Apollo as well.
Even more damage being done to Splash. He's just somehow still alive. It's like every explosive on the attack has now shot damage off of him. And he's going to take even more. Drone comes in. I don't think saw him on the breach, but Nyx with a quick reaction will take him out. I see Apollo now. He's lining up Jarvis through the wall inside of stock, but no, he DCs again! That's not good. One of your big players from the defense now disconnected in the middle of the round. He'll return, but Prod is going to get the kill onto Feltwinter, and now it's a 4 versus 2. It's just Rex and Mata to try and clutch things up.
Yeah, already. Mata and Rex, they've been a terrifying force before, and now it's just they've kind of been slouching a little during this round. Apollo has been the the main fragging force for Gatekeepers during these last few rounds, and Sevi and Mata really need to start stepping up a little bit more here. He's going to be sitting back behind the bomb chassis as Nyx is taking pot shots into the site, waiting for things to happen. Prod actually going to be taking out Mata. Rex Sevi is going to go ahead and drop down. C4 flies up.
15 seconds to go.
He's going to catch Prod there, but Diffuser not in his hands. They're going to be in the hands of Trippin. Jarvis prone is going to move at just the wrong time.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Sevi finds the head of Jarvis. Bring it down to just Nyx and Trippin. The only two left alive to stop this. Post plant with Sevi finds a head of Nyx. It's all up to Trippin here in a 1v1. Health advantage in the favor of Sevi. Ping coming out onto Trippin. Sevi coming up, showing out. Gatekeepers pull themselves up 4-1 solely at the hands of Sevi.
Bomb defusing attempt.
Wow.
failed. Defenders win.
Rexavy, 1v4?
1v4.
POGCHAMP. So Prod goes down to a C4. That bulletproof cam. Jarvis goes for the kill instead of destroying the cam. So the cam is left up, constantly calling out intel. Rexavy knew Jarvis was there, thanks to it. And Jarvis looked away, just as Rexavy climbed up the stairs for whatever reason. There's no crossfire, because Nyx is all the way inside of Master, and Trippin's planting. Then Rexavy gets in the bathroom. He's able to find the kill on a Nyx because Nyx thinks he's going gym. And then Trippin was able to at least escape Logi, but once he dumps into the hallway, what's there? The bulletproof cam, constantly calling out info for Rexavy. Really misplayed there by POGCHAMP, and Rexavy and his team, the calls and the shots landed. Excellent play from him. Could have done it better. Everything went perfect.
Absolutely.
And Gatekeepers, I mean, now what should be a 2-3 scoreline, they're now up 4-1.
I think, I mean, this half already is a win for Gatekeeper. Absolutely. I was POGCHAMP, if they wanted to pull out a successful attacking half, they had to win that last round. They had to pull out some sort of split half. Now with Gatekeepers up 4-1, this can't go any way but the way of Gatekeepers for this half. POGCHAMP just really have to start out on the right foot going into the next half at this point, and it's just a matter of what the deficit is going to be going into the next half, whether it's going to be 4 rounds or 2. It's really all up to POGCHAMP right now and how they plan on attacking this site. I think the two biggest people to look at are going to be Trippin and Nyx, honestly. It's going to be how that Hibana uses her pellets, how much vertical control they're able to ascertain. Nyx is going to go ahead and start doing that with the stop breach from the hammer there in the hands of Sledge. Feltwinter immediately going to try and stop him from doing anything else, but ultimately not going to connect any shots.
Wow. Gatekeepers are going for another very similar defense. So far, they've been running stuff kind of statically. I'm surprised people just don't outstrat them, but I guess, you know, you can't really prep for the teams. And, okay. They tried going for, you know, as the Maverick opens the wall, you're already peeking it, but Splash was ready. He's going to get a very early kill on the Nyx, so down goes the Sledge. Butter's looking for a refrag all the way inside of Church, but as he stands up and reveals his head, brilliant shot by Feltwinter. Prod with the first refrag with the nade on the Splash inside of Dirt, but still losing 2 bodies and only a minute and a half left on the board, and you really have not taken control of anything. Gatekeepers have a massive advantage.
Absolutely do.
Bomb located by attackers.
Ready to breach.
So far, that mirror window being dropped, I think, is going to be the biggest detriment to Feltwinter right there, holding down those main stairs. Prod making the entry into construction, going to go ahead and take the head off of Mata there. Unfortunately, bringing the man advantage back down to 3-3. Rexavy, no one left to cover him inside of sight here, besides Apollo, but Rixevi gets into the wrong line of fire. Prod can take him out without even exposing himself to the slightest. And that is exactly what's going to happen. Now Apollo's going to be left alone inside. Will find the head of Prod, though, bringing it back down to an even 2-on-2. Jarvis and Trippin. 2 left alive here for POGCHAMP. Apollo is on a tear with the Maestro. Absolutely unstoppable. Finds the second kill of the round. He's going to take some shots there at Jarvis after taking a bit of HP off to him, but it's Felt winner with a cross. Slow him down. Apollo finds his third of the round on Jarvis. And Gatekeepers pull themselves up with a 4-round advantage going into half number 2, looking to take this to map number 3.
POGCHAMP in dire straits now. They've got to take 6 rounds in a row if they want to avoid OT and win the map. 10-3 for Apollo. Really stepping up. He was doing okay on Coastline, but he wasn't too hot. But it's now POGCHAMP on the back foot. Church Arsenal is going to be their first defense. Again, pretty standard stuff. Probably everyone playing on site. You probably have the, Jaeger Generator, Prod and Church, Trippin, kind of hovering in and around everywhere, placed in his blue mines. Maybe Smoke and Dirt. We'll see if Nyx decides to play Necrox. I mean, hey, with the mute, you could see a roam from 1 or 2 people, but it looks like, at least for now, everyone's staying on site. Usually if there were a roamer, he'd be... At least he would have at least left the site by now. So yeah, this is a full 5 on site. Gatekeepers. When are we bringing a Jackal?
It's interesting to say the least. I think I'm kind of thinking at this point they're expecting POGCHAMP to have a very heavy roam game, which I'm not sure what gave them that indication. Maybe the Legion combined with the Jaeger, but even so, the site has a very few ways that you can distinctly play roaming on, and it's not usually the set of operators. I mean, Jaeger is pretty much consistently played back down beside Generator, but Nyx is going to be the first one spotted out by the Jackal, by the Apollo just taking a quick little look inside of Garage, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be the only one spotted out, and I mean, more than anything, it's just going to be his gun there, but there's Butters to get the first kill of the round. The SMG-11 faring very well, taking down Rixevi, and the big portion of Hard Breach. All they have now left is Mata. They want to get any Hard Breach, but the breach into construction is made. That's the biggest thing that Maverick had to do. Splash going to go ahead and make his entry into construction. Very, very aggressive play here. Taking on the mute jammer to try and push up the drones ahead of him, but instead of droning, he's just going to go ahead and move right on in, no looking anywhere, but he's still going to get the head of Nyx there. He has 2 more trying to contest it.
So, an even trade, but Smoke being lost is probably going to hurt a little bit more for POGCHAMP. Spelt Winter is just going to keep going to work, but what a C4 from Butters to bring things back in his team's favor. No more Sledge, but Jarvis is also dead, so it's not a man count advantage. It's just yet again an even trade. Splash is trying to move down Dirt by himself. Prod may be setting up for a crossfire, and now Butters and Trippin are the 2 to hold him back while the rest of the attack focuses on the kitchen drop down. Apollo and Mata both upstairs. Ping's going out now. Jackal pings onto the Legion. You know where he is. Smoke grenades coming down to facilitate the drop. The push should come in soon. He sees one player over by the gun rack. This position by Butters is oh so important. He can stop the drop pretty much by himself, but he'll take a lot of damage from the hatch as he tries to contest Dirt. More shots going down, and Butters will be finished off by Apollo as Slash sits inside of a boon mine. Mata now trying to drop with the diffuser as the more smokes go out. Prod is covering the angle. He sees one. Down goes Apollo, though. Could find another if the Hibana gets aggressive, but splashes him down inside of Dirt, and now it's just Mata. He's got 2 kills to find. He's looking around by box 1. He sees the Legion's head for just a second, but can't land it, and Prod is working to retake upstairs. However, it was the Zofia who was down, so Splash has rezzed himself. Sure, Prod has the upstairs control, but he cannot see where Mata is planting. He'll fire at a corpse, and that'll reveal his location. Splash now reigning supreme under the hatch, trying to find him. He'll deal damage to Prod, and all the meanwhile, the plant will go down inside of Church. Prod now has to challenge this long angle by Splash. He only needs to land one shot. Both players will miss. Rotate around, the mirror window no longer working in his favor, and inside of Moto, the swing comes from Mata. Gatekeepers take round number 7, and they go up 6-1.
Not finishing that Zofia there is what turned that round in the favor of Gatekeepers there. Not taking the Zofia down right then, right there, that just absolutely turned it around. And Gatekeepers are looking to take this map back in dominant fashion. POGCHAMP are struggling. Despite a 7-5 win on the last map, they're coming down 6-1 deficit currently. They have to win 5 rounds in a row here just to guarantee overtime, at the very least. It is not looking good for POGCHAMP, and they have a lot to come back from if they want even a chance of preventing this from going to map 3. But with how Gatekeepers have been playing, I'm not even sure if that's possible at this point, and I think we are going to see map number 3.
Yeah, I would imagine this probably goes to Oregon. Because we got to take 5 in a row.
Locate and defuse
Absolutely.
And after a defense like that, I'm not so sure. POGCHAMP at least aren't going to go to the basement again. They're going to go up to Cash to try and stave off defeat. It looks like they're going to be bringing pretty standard stuff, you know, Jarvis inside of rafters,
10 seconds left
probably
before
tripping, and I would imagine Nyx holding down sight.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Butters looking like he wants to roam just a little bit over towards Master.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
I mean, so far, Gatekeepers have just been winning their duels. And that's what a lot of it has come down to. I mean, they've been doing pretty default stuff. They've just been winning their gunfights when they start to push in.
I don't know. I'm waiting for the big change. I'm waiting for the big change from POGCHAMP here because I'm sure they're very well aware that they need to make a change here.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that they know, hey, we have to make the change here. We have to really get things back under control. I'm just wondering what that's going to be. As Nyx almost loses his life there too. I believe that was Splash there.
Attackers drop to defuse.
Trippin does get the first kill, curiously enough, with a gas canister on the Rexavy outside the main breach. That's a little bit odd, but Apollo's there for a refrag on Nyx, downstairs. So that's where Nyx was. He was all the way in the basement, and using that Jackal for the roam clear works out. Use one of those scanners. Prod is going to try and retake into Master and challenge that main stairs push while Butters moves in behind the shield. You don't have garage control just yet because of Jarvis, as his utility starts to get burned out, but an unfortunate flash will stop Feltwinter from pushing all the way in. A nade goes out, will light Jarvis up significantly, and as he tries to retreat, he'll get his head popped, and now Garage goes in the way of Gatekeepers. They are setting up for a pretty easy attack onto the site now, as Prod will now get Jackals cracked. They'll have to try and run away as Splash gets the kill onto Butters moving in from construction. It's just Trippin and Prod, the two SAS operators, to try and clutch things out. It's a 2 versus 4. He sees the sledge, is able to down him off. Gas canister to try and finish him. It will not hit Feltwinter. And on red stairs, Prod will go down. It's just Trippin in a 1 versus 3. Feltwinter might even be recovered by the attackers, but the swing cannot find Apollo. Gatekeepers take round number 8. It is a dominant 7-1 victory on Clubhouse.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, they are struggling. POGCHAMP is, and I'm interested to see where this is gonna go. We're gonna head to Oregon now, and I mean, we're looking at a POGCHAMP that just on a map that apps left. I mean, regardless, we're gonna have some really good games. And just to keep you all updated, this is the final game that will be streamed on this channel. As soon as this match is over, we will be shooting it over to Nerd Street Gamers as they will be covering the rest of today's matches. They will follow up with the losers finals, which will be the loser of this match versus the winner of the match that's currently going on over there. And then finishing out the night with the grand finals to see who gets the qualifying spot for the winter tournament and the $2,500 prize.
Yep. That's yeah. I think that again is a very important thing to note. Is whoever loses this is not done, but whoever wins this is bam, grand final, one more match away. So it's really, really, really good for the winner to win here, but it's not over for the loser. Maverick Thatcher are going to be the first two bands on Oregon as well. Something that we see not more often on Clubhouse than we do on Oregon, though sometimes it does rear its head, and thus the Cade ban will be in response. You know, you just don't want to deal with the Cade with the Thatcher Maverick up. That is a nightmare, especially with how much hatch play there is on this map and how much stock you put into like Games Wall and Attic Wall, where it might be a little bit harder to clear out those Electro Claws depending on their positions. Last Defender ban. Mira?
Wamai.
That's a little bit interesting considering, just solely considering the fact of how much Gatekeepers have been using Mira and how well it's worked.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised not seeing it come out at all. And I think we can. I think first sight we see POGCHAMP head down to the basement, and I'm surprised not seeing some Mira play actually. I'm surprised not. Now there may be a 6-pick off of, I guess maybe Valkyrie, but onto the Goyo. I guess a 6-pick correctly, but not the operator. I thought we were going to see a Mira play, but no. Prod is going to go ahead and bring out the Goyo here for basement of Oregon. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out and how
Attackers need to locate
how Gatekeepers are going to deal with this.
Oh. We'll have to see. Again, you know, to remind everyone, this is the map that POGCHAMP shut Altiora down on. No Mira being in play for POGCHAMP. They will take instead the Goyo, who we normally see as kind of a Wamai substitute, right? A lot of times Wamai will be banned, so you say, all right, who are we going to bring in for that utility denial? We're bringing Goyo, him comboed with the Jaeger, the Melusi, the Maestro, and the shield from the smoke. Everybody on the defensive roster, despite the meta shift, does lean into that utility burn meta, of which Gatekeepers doesn't have really enough of. They've got 3 breaching rounds on the Ashe, 2 impact on the Zofia. That's 5. You have 3 shields, 2 Evil Eyes, and 3 Banshees. That's 8 indestructible things on the defense. So some of this utility will not be cleared at all. And so I think it's really up to Gatekeepers to choose which utility takes precedence.
I've still got the gears turning in my head trying to figure out how this is going to go. I think realistically, I'm still kind of thinking in a big picture sense here. In order for POGCHAMP to take this, they have to have an incredibly solid defense. I mean, at most, they give Gatekeepers a single round. If they give anything more than a single round, I think it falls apart.
We'll have to see as already the barbed wire has been quickly cleared off of the tower stairs. Flashbang's coming in now as well, as Twitch has burned, thanks to her, I guess you call that a buff. After Twitch's buff, she's now got a Flashbang. Flash is coming in. They know that there's no utility protection inside a pillar directly. They might be able to clear the Goyo shield should they take control of the stairs, but Prod moves back up. He takes out the Flame Wars, the aggressive push. He just narrowly misses the head, but all his Goyo shields are now gone. Butters, though, the second man up tower stairs, gets one before he's traded out. We're now down to a 4v4. Mata, just a little bit of damage taken for that kill. Jarvis still reigning inside a pillar along with the support of Prod, who's just fighting against the players in bunker. He takes the head off a splash, and he's looking for more on the tower stairs. There's another one inside a bunker. These last two attackers trying to pinch onto him. The kill is found by Mata. Jarvis, though, will swing onto the breach, not onto the breach, onto bunker, get Rex before Mata's there for the trade, but it's just trades back and forth, refrags upon refrags. But because POGCHAMP started things, they will end in the 2v1 advantage. Mata has to try and find both Nyx and Trippin. The crossfires being set up by the defense throughout this round have been flawless, and they've got another one in their back pocket. They've got the freezer elbow cross. Should Mata step into the line of sight, he should find it, but no, it's an easy headshot on a Nyx, as Nyx spreads out a little bit too much. Trippin looking for the refrag. He stands up inside of elbow, and he'll take a little bit of damage. Mata's going to try and get this plant down. No gas canisters for Trippin remaining, but Mata off the plant. He'll pre-fire over, and he gets the head! An ace for Mata, and Gatekeepers take round number 1.
I'm sorry, I just gotta say, I could hear the dial-up tone in Nyx's head as Mata peeked around that corner. Yeah. I gotta be 100% honest. I feel bad for saying this, but at the same time, I really don't. But it took Nyx it took Nyx way too long to react to Mata swinging around that corner.
Mata absolutely insane in that round. An ace.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Jarvis hitting him really with the who.
And they too, like
a 30-year-old Ash main really just hit Mata with who.
Wow, you had to do him like that.
Of course I had to do
that. Could have been
that.
a team ace if Nyx just literally everyone on POGCHAMP. Everybody on POGCHAMP was finding refrags on refrags on refrags on refrags, and for Gatekeepers it was just Mata. Every time someone on his team died, he would kill someone else on the defense. Mm-hmm. That was the first ace we've seen in our, actually, all stream, I think. Like, even including yesterday, I don't think we saw any aces, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one.
This is the first ace that we've seen, and honestly, I'm all for it. Eat up, Mata. That's all I gotta say. It's what a way to start out this map.
Mata Targaryen. Isn't that that's Game of Thrones, right?
Yes, it is.
I know, I've never watched.
Neither have I. I just know the name.
Yeah. Which character is Targaryen?
You act like I know these things, Crow.
Well,
when my two brain cells are constantly just Gen
House
5
Targaryen. All right.
Shh. We don't talk about that, DJ.
Oh, Daenerys is okay. That's where I remember the name. Daenerys, the dragon girl with the white hair. She's Targaryen. Apollo has yet again disconnected. That sucks. It's now happened like a million times, which is unfortunate. He's back though, so you can watch cams at least. But it's a 5v4 now. We'll get that kill to Nyx. Good pick, Melusi. Good entry frag onto Apollo. I don't remember what operator he was, but Rex now opening the E-box hatch. Be able to draw down, spot more shields inside a pillar. There's more utility dwell to try and make way for. Oh, I think Apollo was Zoph. To make way for the remaining clear on the attackers. Another aggressive peek from Prod, trying to find the man who slashed down. He'll do a little bit of damage, but he backs off. C4 goes up, won't find its mark. Only even more chip damage on Mata. We'll peek over towards bunker as Splash is down. Not finished off, but I'm not sure if he's recoverable either. Prod there we go. There's the kill on Mata, shutting down the big player from last round. His Splash has been finished off by the gas canister. It's just Feltwinter and Rex in a 2 versus 5. One kill for Rex, but he takes a beating. Start to try and move down into pillar and find more, but there's someone retaking Prod's place as Feltwinter pushes in from bunker. There's a player inside of elbow who could easily stop him from helping his other teammate. The smoke is actually taking a close angle, but Trippin loses the fight because he gets too aggressive. Luckily, there's a swing back from Nyx, and the final kill goes the way of Butters, and POGCHAMP will be able to recover round number 2 and tie us 1-1.
Yeah, I think honestly, if they can continue this streak, I mean, absolutely all credit to Mata for what he pulled off in round 1. They cannot you cannot rely on a single player acing or getting multi-kills every single round. You have to play every single round like everyone has to win their ones, and you have to expect it to go that way. And if it can't happen that way, then that's when you've lost.
Dorms is going to be the next site. Of course, because Dorms is, you know,
Attackers need to locate
it's
and
the
defuse as many bombs as they
the
can.
secondary site. Why would you go to the offsite if you don't have to? They're not great. So POGCHAMP with a very similar lineup, only dropping the Goyo from what they had in the previous round. Instead, they'll bring the Mute. So less utility denial, more drone denial. Make sure gatekeepers can't get a solid bead on where these anchors are. But you know, I don't know how much gatekeepers could actually be droning anyway. So they just kind of walk into them in the fights. I mean, hey, maybe we just don't see them on their drones a lot. They've been getting better at it.
Mm-hmm. They definitely have.
But maybe this little improvement that they've got that allowed them to win Clubhouse so handedly, we'll see if it gets taken away by that Mute.
Although, not much utility being used from it. It looks like it's being played as a very reactive Mute, as only one, now 2 jammers has been put down. So it looks like Prod's mainly putting it down in reaction, although I stand corrected now as he's putting it down a little bit more. Pretty much setting up just trying to hold down Attic very handedly.
Looks like gatekeepers are going for a pretty standard push, you know, taking games, doing the games wall thing, then probably rotating towards Attic, opening that stuff up as well. Splash is taking a lot of damage from an Evil Eye somewhere, but as Nyx tries to swing out and collect him, Rex is there with the cover. Down goes the Melusi. It looks like that's where the Evil Eye was. That was zapping away at the Ace. Does about 25 damage, but it's, I mean, at that point, 25 damage is usually pretty negligible on the attack because you're playing against SMGs, majority of which you do, you know, maybe just over 25, and with the damage fall off in your 2 armor, you know, you'll likely survive 1 or 2 shots. First frag, though, going the way of gatekeepers. I mean, so far, most of these rounds where they get the first frag, it's just snowball.
Yeah, although they don't have a lot of map control yet. I'm still waiting for map control to start going more in the favor, because really, just taking care of Trophy right now with no pressure anywhere else, it looks like. I mean, it seems to be very 2 angles of pressure here, but something that can be very easily cut off by the smoke there, and lots of angles held by the defenders of POGCHAMP. I need to see some pressure either over on Big Window or White Stairs for this really to start pushing in the favor of gatekeepers. However, Rixevi taking down Jarvis here is going to push things in their favor. The swing from Trip in there to take down Rixevi. In return, Butters taking down Splash as well, evens out the man count, puts things very much back in the favor of POGCHAMP. I say that though, and gatekeepers will take down Butters and Trip and Apollo, showing up when he's not actually DC'd. He can do some good work.
Wow, gatekeepers taking round number 3 aggressively. Didn't even matter if they had pressure over towards games. It was Apollo moving through Trophy to collect not only 2, but Feltwinter moving in from the games window, or not the games, the big window as well. POGCHAMP not properly set up to battle back again, losing their 1s. And how many times have we seen gatekeepers get the opening frag and be able to spin that into a round win and just snowball it into their favor? Seems to be a lot of the trend. They've got a really good entry and they're able to take advantage of it. So Dorm's going to be second try for POGCHAMP, so the trend will continue of them losing their first round and then grabbing their second try. We'll see if they're able to fix their issues. I believe same operator lineup. No, minus the Mute plus the Val. So no intel denial, rather intel for the defense. No IQ for gatekeepers either. So those cams might be a little bit harder to find with the naked eye if Prod can hide them in good places. He's also got that C4 from below that he can potentially play with. But you see how POGCHAMP decide to adapt.
I think the biggest thing is
10 seconds left before
if they could potentially go for a rotate up the main stairs if gatekeepers
5 seconds
want
to
to go about things the same way. If they can make a rotate back up armory stairs and get back behind gatekeepers, I think that'll be absolutely game changing. And we see Butters and Nyx playing a lot more fluidly than they were before, and I think that is going to be the key here, is not having everyone sitting on site holding angles. I mean, if you can get someone out of the site, down below, and in a position where they can potentially pinch gatekeepers, put them between a rock and a hard place, then that's what I think that's what's needed to win this round out.
Well, they've got that roam set up downstairs. It's just Nyx. Imagine Gatekeeper will likely find that out and decide to pressure it, and they do. Splash readying his ace charge to try and pressure this guy. That is an aggressive push from Apollo. I don't think he had intel on that one.
No, he
easy
did
first
not.
kill for Nyx. No refrag coming in either. The ace will sprint downstairs, though. He's looking the wrong way. Nyx is an easy kill again. 2 with the Melusi. Splash goes down. That's your hard breacher, or one of them at least. Now you've just lost significant manpower and utility on Gatekeepers.
And that's a huge loss, and especially with no refrags coming out from them as well. I mean, that's definitely going to hurt them. Sevi looking to go ahead and start the hard breach going, but
Drone's ready.
without much support here, I mean, things are they're looking much worse for Gatekeepers. And as I said, the roaming presence is exactly what POGCHAMP needed. They don't need everyone on site. They need some way to play a little bit more fluid and adapt their game style, and that's exactly what they've been doing. And if they can continue this, then I think they'll just perform a lot better. Mata shooting that C4 out of the sky there and pushing things a little bit more in the favor of Gatekeepers, taking more utility off. Feltwinter looking to make a push up white stairs. It looks like most of POGCHAMP have rotated back up towards the site here, as everyone is pretty much just inside a trophy except for Feltwinter, who's trying desperately to make this push up white stairs, but it looks like almost no contention whatsoever.
Setting traces thermal touch. Going live.
For a lot of time wasted for Gatekeepers. They've only got 40 seconds remaining. They're just now opening the wall, but Rex is going to get collapsed upon by Prod as the impact also takes the Nirvana X Kairos off the wall. Mata with 1 refrag, but he's traded out by Jarvis immediately, and from behind as Feltwinter gets spooked by the gas nade, there's Nyx with his 3rd. POGCHAMP take round number 4 as Nyx wakes up.
Yeah, Nyx waking up right there and being able to go out on the roam, that is exactly what POGCHAMP need, because I've been noticing more and more Gatekeepers' attacks, especially on this map, are very, very one-dimensional. They don't push from a lot of angles at once. They pretty much just go for, this is where we're going to push it hard. That's pretty much it. And POGCHAMP, with how they play very structured. They don't like to roam a lot. They don't like to be in those very fluid positions, and Gatekeepers know this, and they know if they put a lot of pressure in one spot, eventually it's just going to snap, and they're able to push right into it, and it's been consistently working for them. So I wouldn't see why they would make that change, and with POGCHAMP bringing out the right reaction, bringing out those roamers, putting a little more emphasis on them, that's exactly what they needed here. And if they can repeat that here on basement and push themselves up to a 3-2 lead on this half defending, if they could potentially pull out a 4-2 half, that is exactly what they need going into the attacking half, not giving Gatekeepers any leeway whatsoever.
Dude, you know Henry?
I do know Henry.
Henry is so gullible, dude.
What did you do?
So Jacob asked me, he was like, hey, you had any like last minute analysis on Beast Coast Altiora you got in your back pocket that I can use? And I was like, yeah. Rent-free beat Beast Coast. Altiora beat rent-free. Therefore, Altiora can beat Beast Coast. Just as a joke, I posted it, and I was like, I see you on the mainstream, boys. And Henry was like, yo, you're covering the finale? I'm like, yes, Henry, I am. And he's like, wow, that's so cool. And I was like, no, Henry, you idiot. That kid is so gullible, man. He's so gullible. He was like, damn, I was excited. He was more excited that I wouldn't berate him in the Discord call for thinking Beast Coast was for supporting Beast Coast.
I
mean, I'm a non-biased caster.
You really gotta do that.
Also,
man, like
Sledge just got absolutely slammed by Butters there. Good night splash. 0 kills so far as Butters finds another one. And does he trade? Wait, where's the kill feed? It was a trade! Butters and Rex a 3K from Butters just pushing up the tower stairs. Fantastic play from him. And now Mata and Apollo are left to pick up the pieces.
Someone finally gave POGCHAMP a good kick in the pants because they're awake now, finally. As Butters goes on a tear and just pretty much sets up this entire round to go in the favor of POGCHAMP, as there is no hard breach left on the board. And it's pretty much left up to Fraggers there as only one now, as it's all in the hands of Apollo, as Mata is going to fall. Apollo finds one onto Nyx. Almost futile, as it's now 1v3 against Prod, Jarvis, and Trip.
Well, I think we know which way this round is going to go unless POGCHAMP turbo throw. Diffuser is also up inside of tower where Prod is now sitting on it like a chicken on an egg, so Apollo's certainly got a tough task ahead of him. Trying to take control of 90, battling against Trippin as well as the Evil Eye, and as he turns around to shoot it, Trippin comes off the shield, and POGCHAMP take round number 5.
Pushing themselves up 3-2 here. One more round, they've got a dominant half. They finally woken up, they've got the kick in the pants they needed, they finally found the adjustment that worked. And I am glad to see it, honestly. I'm glad to see that POGCHAMP have gotten out of their slump because, I mean, they just did not know what to do against against Gatekeepers last map, however. They just had no idea what to do. They were lost. I mean, losing 7-1 like that is gotta be about as dejecting as it can get. But finally stepping up.
They could go 4-2 on their defensive half right here on Oregon. It's all up to Meeting Hall.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Okay, granted it is an offsite. If Gatekeepers want to tie up the half 3-3, this is probably their best opportunity. Of course, if you're going to go for that stage plant, all you have to do is open attic, hold the defenders back, not actually push them out, and then go for that plant. POGCHAMP don't really have a lot of ranged plant denial, with the exception of the 2 C4s, but I think Prod would probably be one of those people holding upstairs. Oh, we'll see how they decide to play it, but of course, Gatekeepers. Splash no longer on Sledge, now on IQ. I think the lack of the significant lack of soft breach is probably characteristic of just a stage plant.
I'm surprised to not see a lot of attic control being set up by POGCHAMP here. That is honestly the most surprising. I mean, there's seems to be no real emphasis on tower, no emphasis on attic whatsoever. I mean, I'm interested, to say the least.
Nice Twitch drone find from Nyx. I don't think that Mata actually has any more after that. Oh, no, he's got one more. He'll sneak into sight. Nyx probably calling that out to his team. I think Jarvis just got zapped by it, actually. I saw like a little tiny red tick, but the bar didn't actually, like, barely even moved. Feltwinter is upstairs already. Down goes Trippin, a refrag being sought after by Butters, but he's tucked in the corner inside of Kid Storms to his left. Feltwinter could easily swing out and find this kill. Butters is just going to crouch through the rotate and is none the wiser. Another kill for Feltwinter on this roam clear, able to just walk in and kill him. Excellent play by Felt. And now POGCHAMP are on the back foot. There's a minute 40 for the attackers to work with, and they have full control, not just of dorms, but of attic as well. And Nyx is going to take a lot of damage. He does find the kill on the IQ, but he's just 1 HP and cannot continue to press the issue upstairs. He'll have to fall back and completely forfeit that control of the attack.
I think's already looking like POGCHAMP on the back foot, and I think part of that has to do, I mean, I was astounded to see a lack of top floor control from them. I mean, it was a little bit in the hands of Trippin, but just all of it almost given away. And there's Nyx just dropped to the ground by Feltwinter there. good lord, Mata going ahead and clearing out the top floor once and for all. And it looked almost over. I say that though, but there is Sam Jarvis with the Maestro to go ahead and take down Mata. Prod finds one as well, finds another one, finishes off Rex, and now it's up to Feltwinter. This has been turned completely on its head, and now it's all up to Feltwinter here in a 1v2.
Could potentially find this kill on the Maestro, but he doesn't click. They actually even trade. How many times have we seen even headshot trades just on this stream today?
It's been an unconsolable amount.
Yeah, I think that's our... Oh, man. At least 5th in total. Round-ending trades, that's our 3rd. In total, that's like our 5th or 6th. It's been a lot so far. But that was an excellent anchor game from the defense. Their roam got crushed. Nyx came back upstairs, got 1 frag, but then got finished off by the Ash. But downstairs, Jarvis holding mouse 1. We heard the Alda start to fire, and it just didn't stop. He got 2 kills. Prod on the other side over by White was able to get one of his own, and at that point, Feltwinter had to just walk into him and get the kill, but did not win the fight. Now, POGCHAMP up 4-2 on their defense. Quite the resurgence from Clubhouse, where they only were able to take 1 round. But now, this is defensive-sided Oregon. POGCHAMP are now on the disadvantageous side of it. They're going to have to try and scramble their attacks to take this map and avoid going to OT and send themselves to the grand final.
Camera feed up and running.
I honestly do not know how to feel about this because POGCHAMP, I feel like they should have gone to 3-3. And that being said, I think Gatekeepers have still a very, very even chance
10 seconds to go.
in pulling this out. I just have no earthly idea which way this is going to go.
I think a lot of it is going to come down to how Gatekeepers look on this first defense. I think that'll probably give us a pretty good clue as to whether or not POGCHAMP are just going to roll over on them, or if Gatekeepers are going to bring us to another tie game. Apollo is yet again picking up the Mira, not something POGCHAMP played for the entirety of their defensive path, but something Gatekeepers are going to continue to run all 3 maps. They have been huge fans of the Spanish operator. Feltwinter being very aggressive in main stairs, trying to do his best impression of Butters right now, but he'll just dart away and hold a C4 out for anyone trying to push down main. Fortunately, right now, the only player in this entire lobby who currently does not have a kill is Splash. One of the best fraggers on this squad from the last 2 maps has been a little bit silent. He's died every round and hasn't found a single pick, and I wonder if that's a contributing factor to why Gatekeepers have seemed to, on their attacks, kind of not exactly fallen limp, but certainly aren't as firm as they used to be.
Alright, there, Butters. Almost going to, I believe that was a C4 from Feltwinter there, but there is Apollo. He's going to stand in front of an open wall there.
Okay.
Not entirely sure what was going on there, but yeah, he's dead, just standing in front of the open wall there. And there's Feltwinter sitting on the stairs, trying to rotate up, gonna whiff those shots, unfortunately sitting back in Harry Potter.
Yeah. Main thing, though, is that he is still in Harry Potter, and he still controls those tower stairs. If Mata upstairs, he'll take out Jarvis inside of Attic, looking for another one. He's got the SS. I forgot what that gun is called. The CZ? Something like that. C75, something like that. But unfortunately for him, he'll get tagged in the back by Prod, called out to Nyx, and Nyx finds the final frag. Both he and Butters, though, are lit up, and Feltwinter is still inside of Harry Potter, controlling tower. Rex starts to move out from his perch inside of Elbow, but Nyx does find that Harry Potter player. Great headshot on a Trippin, though, to bring things back for his team. Nyx even lower HP, but what? The ace is just going to drop the hatch. Prod, very aggressive, a great heads-up play. Nyx finally down and finished off, but there's Prod with another kill. POGCHAMP take round number 7 off the backs of the sledge and the ace.
Ladies and gentlemen, POGCHAMP, after looking a little bit rough in the first half, yeah, scared me too. I mean, looking rough in the first half, and now they've pushed themselves up to a 5-2 lead. This is the turning point. Splash, a dominant player in the past, now sitting 0-7. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So like I said, I think that first round is
Defenders, protect
gonna
your bombs
be
from
a
being seized by
clue as
attackers.
to how the rest of these defenses are gonna go. That was a fantastic round from POGCHAMP. And I mean, they seem like they've really turned it around. Gatekeepers have not been able to just run around roughshod over the map and do whatever the hell they want. POGCHAMP has caught them pretty much every time, especially on that first round on the defense. You know, the Vigil going for those aggressive plays. I think that was Mata got caught. The Valkyrie trying to contest tower stairs and Harry Potter for probably a little bit longer than he should have. Got naded out. Excellent play stuff from POGCHAMP so far. But of course, there's going to be a downstairs defense from Gatekeepers yet again. They're going to try a second time. So far, the trend has been failure first try. Go to dorms and win that 6-3. Win that 6-4. They still have to go back down to the basement.
Yeah.
Or another offside. Points that is nearly unthrowable. Unless they do throw it, in which case that would be a massive throw. But normally when you're up 4 points, it's pretty hard to lose it.
Yeah, it is definitely hard to lose it, but I mean, we've seen it happen before. Reverse sweeps are something that are not too uncommon to Siege, but minute in, not much action happening so far. I think it's a little bit too early to say where this is gonna go, but tower control once again going very quickly into the hands of POGCHAMP with almost no contention whatsoever. Felt winner. The only one really positioned to do anything about it is really just sitting back down in Harry Potter.
Here, got demolished by Frag last time. He's already going to start to fall off of it. The mirror window inside of E-Box is going to go down, as all mirror windows inside of E-Box tend to. It's pretty easy to take out. Rex is going to reinforce elbow early, meaning that he did have time to pick up his shield. He placed it over by the box door. So if they start to fly, they have a shield they can play behind. A little bit tough to clear out. From Feltwinter finds its mark before he can open the single panel. That is a very important line made from Nick, trying to find those players over by the corner. The second one is successful. Now the stroke. I'd say that's a pretty damn even trade, especially 25 seconds left. That player hugging the box. Out of Utopia. Finds another one on the Nick. 4. Jarvis is on the last 2 left. One. Jarvis is put down and not picked up. A little bit of trying to swing into Freezer. Well, now dead. Ron and Nick. Splash! Ron and Jarvis. Flash is hiding in the corner by the double door. How many times do we see this decision find Nick? Unfortunately, the last 2 attackers way too low HP to take that fight, and they just lined up for him. Gatekeepers stave off map point, and they take their basement defense.
Mans comes from no kills at all to bringing out the 2-round winning kills to finally pull Gatekeepers away from the edge there, but still a lot of ground for them to cover. 3 rounds to guarantee overtime, whereas POGCHAMP are 1 round from guaranteeing overtime and 2 from winning the entire thing.
It's now kids' dorms for the defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Within fighting distance, for like 2 rounds. They can put a rotation than them. Like this. We're almost on the right side. It is. I'm going to put it on the left side instead.
So, yeah, one of the big differences here that I'm seeing between the two holds is, once again,
5 seconds remaining.
use of the Mira. It's one thing that POGCHAMP didn't really seem to like to bring. POGCHAMP, despite Mira being a solid all-around operator, not seeing much play from POGCHAMP, but Mata absolutely loves bringing Mira, and I mean, you always see some really solid use out of it. Maybe not bringing the impact that they've liked to see in the last couple of rounds, but still, it was pretty much always a solid choice.
Hopefully, I know DJ was telling me I was having some audio issues. Hopefully my mic is. Hopefully my mic is okay now. Probably gonna open up that attic wall. No denial from the bandit. Deny one side, deny the second. He's probably gonna go now and rotate over towards games because teams typically open attic before they open games. So Splash knows that, you know, if he plays over there, he won't be losing the game. Rexy now feeling a little bit of that pressure thanks to the drone. The wall now,
and they're gonna give up attic control for the most part.
Yeah.
Still have a little bit of control they can hold with Mata there in the Mira window, but if they really want to hold it, they gotta rotate over there quickly. But as I said that though, Apollo gonna get a very early kill there onto Nyx, and taking him down pretty early is exactly what you like to see.
Nick's being a really good player so far through these couple of rounds as well. He's tied with Prod at a 9-5 record, but now he's going to be 9-6. Butters as well being taken down by Mata. His gatekeepers are half good start to their defense. The Trippin will try and bring things back for POGCHAMP. Apollo now dead and gone. They've got that downstairs presence, or that downstairs drone to see the bandit. They know he's going to try and go for this bandit trick, but where's the pressure? Okay, maybe they didn't see him. Either way, they could have easily denied that, but Jarvis just wasn't in a position to. And now you've lost one of your thermite charges. However, they'll try again. Jarvis now no longer watching it, but the bandit trick not going to come through. Wall has now been breached. 4 versus 3. 45 seconds left for POGCHAMP to work themselves out of a one-man disadvantage. Mira windows are still left up as well on the defense. One of the Ash charges goes out. It does clear the shield that Rexy was playing behind, but the C4 comes out. It misses on the Trippin. Now Splash is stuck in that little corner inside of Trophy. This is a position that really relies on your teammates covering your crossfire. This Feltwinter finds Prod. Jarvis is with one, but Splash with the last two. And Gatekeepers take their upstairs defense. They take round number 9, and they take 1 round away from tying up the score 5-5.
POGCHAMP seem to be slipping again. And they really need to get things going. So they're asking for a rehost.
Oh yeah, they said pause. They said
pause. So yeah, we're gonna have a round pause here while they figure out the sound bug there. It looks like unfortunately Trippin was having some issues. He was having some issues, and something I'm not sure our teams know is that I believe in the rules. Lynx was telling me earlier that there are tactical timeouts now with the pause feature.
Are there? Is that in the rule book?
Lynx was telling me that was a thing. I'm not sure.
Let me see. Timeouts will only be used for disconnects. Each team will have 1 quote-unquote tactical 30-second timeout per map. Oh. Yeah, tactical timeout, 30 seconds.
Timeout,
disconnect timeout, 5 minutes.
Timeout, 5 minutes.
Huh.
So yeah, the pause feature bringing in a thing that we haven't seen in Siege ever. We've pretty much only seen it in games like CS:GO, but yeah, tactical timeouts now. are a thing that are very much possible now, which I think honestly is a good thing. Rexby saying that they've got Rexby and Prod saying they don't have people at the PCs, so they unfortunately need to wait, and this technically falls within the disconnect timer.
Yeah, so I guess we still got a couple more minutes to wait out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a whole 5-minute break. Now it's meeting. It's PogChamp's best chance to try and bring us to map points, the off site.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going dining, they're going meetings. PogChamp could easily go for a stage plant where on this attack, Gatekeepers kind of like started a stage plant execute and then transition to kitchen, and Jarvis killed him. See if PogChamp are able to better just commit to one side of the site. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I imagine Gatekeepers probably a lot of investment on the top floor. They're also completely castling off. They're castling off Split.
Mm-hmm. That was the biggest gripe I had with them on this site. And what ended up pulling the round away from their favor is they had no top floor presence whatsoever. They had no utility invested in the top floor at all, besides a couple of reinforcements from Trippin. And that was it. And that really hurt them. I mean, they got really lucky with Jarvis pulling out a massive play there on the Maestro. Really, really helped them out. And without that, that round would have handedly gone in the favor of Gatekeepers, and we'd see a flip scoreline right now, and Gatekeepers would be up 5-4 right now, and potentially we'd see the momentum shifting a little bit. So, I don't know, the biggest thing I'm going to be looking for is PogChamp clearing out that top floor control, and yeah, they need to very seriously commit to the, if they're going to go for a stage plant, they need to commit and really clear things out. Part of that is, again, clearing out that top floor presence, and already they cleared out most of the presence on site, as Mata is really the only one sitting there on site. They do have to deal with Feltwinter and Splash upstairs, though, that could potentially deny this plant if they're not careful.
As
They
I
do any more to push Mata off.
As I said, though, you don't really need to take upstairs in order to plant stage. All you have to do is open attic and hold the upstairs players inside of dorms. Now, the closest person that could deny that plant, like you said, is Mata. He could potentially chuck his C4 over there, but of course he has to actually get close enough to the stage to do so. You can't throw C4s nearly as far as you can throw nades and gas canisters and stuff like that. See Feltwinter and I believe that is Splash?
Splash,
yeah.
yep.
Feltwinter and Splash kind of hovering upstairs, trying to take the fight into attic, but Butters just being here is keeping them back and making sure that they can't peek through the hatch and get them off the plant. Rexy's going to take a little bit of damage as Butters starts to send his utility in towards the attic ledge. I'm surprised PogChamp aren't moving as quickly now that they have the attic wall open. Smoke's coming down over towards Split to knock off the mirror window, and Trippin is just going to go for a plant right there. He's pretty exposed, but the coverage is good from his team. Nyx gets one on the Rex. Here's Splash and Feltwinter trying to make something happen. 2 kills for him and Apollo, but Butters gets a refrag on the Splash. Plant does not go down as Feltwinter finds one. Prod inside the site, buried all the way by. The ladder is going to find Feltwinter, where the ladder used to be. And it's now back to a 2v2, but Apollo has this mirror window, and Feltwinter has attic. Jarvis and Prod need to try and link up and play for these trades. They're going to try and wrap around and find this mirror, and that's a great kill from Prod. Now it's just up to Feltwinter. Barely any HP. Mirror window no longer in his favor. He's hovering around towards Split. Prod looks like he knows where he is. The Free Fire going to reveal his position. Jarvis needs to come in for the pinch, and there he is. It's successful for PogChamp. Excellent recovery of their execute, and they take map and match point up 6-4.
This is the point that they needed. This is what PogChamp needed. They have at the very least guaranteed overtime. That is what I was waiting to see for them. A guarantee of overtime is exactly what they needed. I mean, this gives them a lot more security, and it guarantees even if even if Gatekeepers are able to pull out another 2 rounds, it guarantees them at least 2 more to pull it back. So they're heading down to basement.
Where
Now
they're 1-1.
they're 1-1, and the only
Defenders,
reason they
protect
won
your
was a
bombs
double
from
kill
being
from
defused
Splash.
by-
It's the only reason they won last time.
I think POGCHAMP have a good chance to take it right here, I think, unless Gatekeepers do something major to knock off POGCHAMP's flow. Now, last time, I mean, it was close because they were able to kill Trippin before Trippin got the single panel wall. But it was nearly not enough. Splash stepping up big was a major factor in that round, both Gilling and being able to kill. I think it was Prod and Jarvis.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what Gatekeepers do. So far, every time they've tried to hold firm inside a pillar, it has been just crushed by POGCHAMP. They're doing this E-box mirror window again, which has not really worked out any time because you could just, you know, open the E-box hatch, and then it's done. Then break it. I don't know.
Oh, and as an update for those of you not following the not following the other stream, Insert Name have bested tax collectors, and they will be playing the loser of this match. Which,
Wow.
if Gatekeepers are not able to pull themselves up out of the dirt here in the next couple of rounds, it may be them on the chopping block up against Insert Name, who have made a very long run through losers, if I'm correct in saying. They've been playing since the 2nd round. Losers. They got knocked out by... That'll let me go back and take a look. I believe we actually casted the game that they got knocked out by.
Who?
Insert Name.
Insert Name got knocked
Yeah,
out
they
by
got knocked out by Oblation.
Oblation, yeah.
They got knocked out by Oblation in round 2, and since then have been making their run through the losers bracket and are now in the losers finals. Round 8, and they will play the loser of this match
Wow.
to determine who goes up in the grand
Against the
finals.
winner of this match.
Yeah.
We could
Who goes
see
up
a
against this winner?
POGCHAMP Gatekeepers rematch in the grand final. That would certainly be interesting.
POGCHAMP Gatekeepers rematch, or we could see POGCHAMP Insert Name.
Or Gatekeepers Insert Name if they can bring
Yeah.
this back. We'll have to see. Of course, mirror window inside of E-box has been shot, but Butters trying to push pillar gets killed by Splash holding the long angle with the MP5K. Shield inside of Elbow has been dispatched, and they can't go for the wall either. Mono looking like he's going to try and bait out the reinforcement, but he's actually pushing back into Elbow, and Rex finds another one on the Trippin. 2 opening kills for Gatekeepers so far with no frag back, but there we go. Nyx will finally get the one on the Mira, but the Mira window inside of Elbow still persists. Rex now pushing out aggressively. He finds Jarvis. That's an easy kill for Rex, and he's not backing off either. Down long, Prod will get killed by Splash. It's just Nyx in a 1v4. He gets 1. Rex down. No more aggressive pushes. No, it's actually the Jaeger to double up, and Apollo puts him in the ground. Gatekeepers take their laundry defense. They go to round 11, and we are 1 away from overtime.
One round. One round determines whether or not POGCHAMP will head right here, right now. We'll head to the grand finals and send Gatekeepers to face Insert Name. Or, if Gatekeepers can hold on just a little bit longer and see if they can't send POGCHAMP themselves back down to face Insert Name.
Going back to dorms, too. Dorms is where they were able to win. Decisively, in fact.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
POGCHAMP are in trouble now. Although... Oh, wait, no. No, Gatekeepers get defense in OT.
They do.
Gatekeepers will have the advantage going in, just because it's 8-4, if we end up going there. So the pressure is really, really on POGCHAMP right now. They have to win this round on dorms Otherwise, they're on the back foot just by grace of the side selection and how the map has worked out
10
so
seconds
far.
to go.
One of their main issues was being able to open up games
5 seconds to go.
and get that crossfire in. Their attic pressure was okay.
Defuse the bomb.
There was also that roamer of, I believe, Feltwinter that killed Nyx really early on. I'm eager to see how POGCHAMP try to adjust their attack to fit Gatekeeper's playstyle.
I don't know. I'm eagerly awaiting this, because Butter's already getting control of Tower. It's very solid. It looks like Prod is coming in to join him as well, so they can go ahead and get things opened up and potentially start taking some control away from Gatekeepers.
This will open the wall, allow Butters to get that Zofia charge and dispatch of the signal jammer behind the attic wall. There go the ace charges as well. So now they have attic open, and there is no bandit for the Gatekeepers, so they cannot just go ahead and straight up deny that or try and trick it. Now, Feltwinter is yet again downstairs. He can play for the C4. I wouldn't be surprised if either Splash or Mata rotates downstairs to join him, but no, he'll actually move into meeting. He has now this vertical hole to look through the breach, and he's able to creep by Nyx, but Nyx sees the gun barrel on the drone. He can see him on the doorway. Is he going to go for the push? He'll call it out to his teammates, but he'll play rather passively for now. Feltwinter can try and get these holes working to his advantage, but I think he might know that he's been spotted. Another drone coming in from Butters. He'll spot out Feltwinter hugging the corner. Nyx coming in for the engagement. He'll spot... No, he actually won't be able to kill the Melusi. It's actually Prod from up on the roof through the green hall window to get the first kill.
What a shot there. As Prod's going to go ahead and throw a
Oh!
smoke out, but Splash is going to duck right into the line of fire of Prod. And like that, it's a 5v3 in favor of POGCHAMP, and Gatekeepers are slowly but surely falling apart as the wall is being opened right in front of Rex Heavy there. Mata holding a long angle back near attic as well. Butters holding the angle. In contrary, impacts stuns. He switches out, looking for the one to try and push out Mata. Stun comes out onto Mata. Butters tries to make a push, but the smoke nade from Rex Heavy is going to slow roll just a little bit there as Apollo.
Oh,
He's
Apollo?
going to try swinging the breach here. Doesn't
I don't
find
think
one.
he
Sees the
gets
drone
this.
come out.
Oh, he was
He's
misdroned!
misdroned.
Oh no, this could be huge if Apollo doesn't get traded out by whoever's with Trippin. It's a 5 versus 3, and there's the kill. Case has been dropped with only 13 seconds left, but the frags go in the way of POGCHAMP, but now it's back to a 2 versus 2. Mata dead, it's all Apollo in a 1v2. He can't get the pick. He's so lit up, but there's no time. The plant has to come in from Prod, and Butters has to cover. They have hard intel, but he's just gonna challenge the doorway, and Butters will take him out. POGCHAMP send Gatekeepers down to the loser's bracket and go to the grand final.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first member of the grand finals, POGCHAMP. They will be facing off against the winner of Gatekeepers versus Insert